Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review so we can continue to give you the ish that we talk. And now that is out the way, I will not act like I'm on AM fucking radio. What the fuck's the deal, all of you ugly motherfuckers? What's poppin'? I'm here with you. We here together. We gonna make this shit pop. Lindsay, what the fuck is going on? My dog.
Like, what will be a breaking point for you where you just like, you know what, I'm out?
All right. Yeah, so I was about to say this is where we asked the audience.
Yeah.
So
you already
said cheating, right?
Yeah, cheating.
Okay.
So
Anybody
you're not giving a pass or nothing like that.
There ain't no way.
That's no way.
Do it once and do it twice. There ain't no way. You would suspect yourself.
So it's like if it's just cheating for her, like, so is it cheating for you the same way too? Yeah. So like if you cheat, do you feel like I need to leave this relationship?
If I would ever cheat, I would leave you first. I would leave you first.
You such a gentleman.
I do what I do.
You such a gentleman. That shit don't happen in real life, but you such a gentleman.
Oh.
Anything else?
In the moment.
In the moment.
That's different. I wouldn't be in the moment.
So you wouldn't put yourself in the moment. I got you.
Yeah. Like, make it make sense. Like, cause what's the moment?
When I decide it's the moment, it's the moment.
Oh, okay.
If I never say to myself, like, I should probably get out of here.
So like, do the whole time you just like, oh no, this cool. This ain't. We just chilling. She just want to rub my back. That's cool. Ain't nobody tripping. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, okay. Oh, all right. You ain't got to kiss my neck. That's okay. Cool. This is not the moment yet.
Not yet.
It's not the moment yet.
I didn't do it.
So it's like, now my pants is down. This is.
If she pulls them down.
Oh, this ain't the moment. This ain't the moment. This ain't the moment.
She did it.
This ain't the moment. So when is the moment? When you're done, you're like, oh. Yeah, this is the moment.
Just said, bro. I'm like, oh. I was supposed to go to the store. I was gone for 2 hours. That shit.
I had to go get my bro,
That's
right?
The moment, yep.
That's the moment.
That's the moment.
Okay, so that's your.
What you
So this is cheating for you. Like, if she cheats, oh hell no. But like, I just had to wait on the moment. Like, no. That's like the moment. That wasn't the moment. No, she sucked my d. I didn't ask for it.
I don't say the words.
It's like, no, I didn't know. You know when I feel something wrong, baby, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. When she was like, I was like, maybe it's time for me. Ain't no restaurateur gonna run up on Keith Lee. Let's just end that shit right there. Y'all talk a lot of shit, but y'all not about to run up on. Ain't nobody about to run up on him, slap no food out his face, and tell him, bitch, what? Like, that's just not gonna happen to you in no way, shape, possible.
So Saucy Santana got in on it. He pretty much was like, tag me in. And he snapped on DJ Academics and told him to pull up. He was like, go to my page. We got all kinds of bookings. We outside. Come pull up at one of the bookings, and I'll beat your motherfucking
ass. Saucy Santana just doesn't look like the homosexual man that you gonna hit, and he looked like that dude off of Low Down Dirty Shame. He ain't about to grab his face and be like, "Oh, Bernard,
you slut." But no,
he about to beat the dog shit out of you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm laughing because it's gonna be so funny because you're gonna see a dude massively beating the shit out of a man with an open fist, and you gonna hear bitch.
Hi everyone.
I was about to say, where did I go?
All right. Like, this is not a one-woman show.
You flying solo tonight, man.
No. You want some of this too, old man? No.
What's happening, everybody? This is the Issue We Talk. We got the pleasantries out of the way, but you know I always want to forever and a day big up Twitch. Shout out to the Twitch people that listen to us. Shout out to your nasty ways as individuals. I love you, and keep that shit coming.
Love you, Houston.
Yes. I am Lily. Y'all know who I am. I do not have to introduce myself as nothing but the host of this show. I am with the illest pit bull in the skirt, the champagne mommy, the lady that goes so many places. She's got holes in different area codes. One of the best travel agents you'll ever run into. One of the best people you can ever be around, and one of the people that can turn it on and off like a trigger pull. You hear me? Give a round of applause for the lady that pushes the bells and the whistles of this show. If it wasn't for her, I would not be here. And the reason why I say that is because it's extremely true. Everybody show your love for my co-host and my cousin Lindsay.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
And again, this is the Issue We Talk. How y'all doing? I'm doing okay. I hope y'all are well. I hope your mental health is great. But Lindsay, what's going on with you?
Oh, nothing much. Just living a life. You know. How about yourself?
I can't complain. You know, I'm a couple weeks away from my son's first birthday. So,
Ooh.
I've officially.
Have you started planning?
She has. You know, I don't do birthdays, but I think she has a whole bunch of stuff planned out.
Yeah.
You know, it's just marks official year that I have taken care of sperm that I let sit and marinate for 9 months.
Lord, okay.
It's a beautiful, crazy, wild experience.
Oh, that's how we're gonna start this Friday evening off. Okay.
That's how we're gonna start this Friday evening. Every time I look at my son, I'm amazed because I'm like, boy, I did not know that my nut can turn out that cute. Like, Jesus.
Lord have mercy.
It's the cutest little thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, damn.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You start off as a literal blob, my nigga, and then
oh gosh,
you turn into this fumbling bag of like water and doo-doo, and now you're like almost walking. Damn.
Oh jeez. Oh yeah. And this is the Issue We Talk. Derek is watching. He says, yo, what's going on?
What's happening?
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
It's dope business, you know, being a father, y'all. So, you know, the ones that aren't being a father, like you are missing out on a lot of things, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's dope business. The only thing that I regret is that I have to work and he doesn't see me a lot. But when he does get to see me, it's like he's so happy to see me. I can't help but to be feel good about myself, even if I'm having a bad day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I don't know anything about being a father.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
can't relate.
You know, you could try. You know, it's so many roles nowadays. You can try.
You know, because some people can be a trans father.
Yeah.
Oh, why the fuck not?
It's, you know, like the scholars say, if you had $1 for every gender that's made it in the world now, you would have $2 real dollars and a bunch of counterfeit money. So, I mean, what do you think?
You can't take it to the bank and cash it.
You can that shit's the craziest cryptocurrency you ever go run into.
That's Dogecoin. Something.
It's almost worth something.
Wow. Well, so we won't get any trans sponsorships. Yeah.
Sorry. I love y'all. Like real shit. I really do love y'all. But when it comes to genetically, it hasn't been a fact. That doesn't take away my love for y'all. I love y'all. But genetically, you're still DNA wise, you're still one person that you say that you don't identify as. And that's just facts, but that doesn't mean, you're not who you say you are. I mean, it's 100% true. Because a lot of, that's how CEOs become CEOs, because they say they are, and then they make it happen. So I love y'all for that. I love, because I ain't been able to do it. I've been saying I'm a millionaire for 15 years and I'm still broke. So,
So they got the cheat code.
Yeah, this is what I want to be, and God damn it, that's what you are. I ain't got nothing but respect for you.
So, do you think it's hypocritical for a transgender person to be upset at a transracial person, like say Rachel Dolezal?
I do not. I mean, sorry, I'll take that back. I do, because if you can be that, then why can't she be that? If she identifies as a Black woman and you identify as a 6'5" German woman, what's the difference?
Identify as a 6'5" German woman. Whew. That's tough. That is tough right there.
I mean, that's just the argument I would have with them. And I mean, even if they tried to talk to me about that logically, I would still say y'all are in the same boat.
I mean, there's an argument there. There's definitely an argument there. I'm not that one to have that argument.
I don't want to have that argument with them.
Yeah.
I mean, because it is while I'm speaking, it's a lady overseas that she loved Black people so much that she literally turned her skin black. But it still doesn't erase the DNA that's in her that qualifies her as a white woman, but she just looks like a Black woman now.
Yeah.
So I mean, the same rules apply.
I mean, the same rules can apply. But I'm sure there's an argument there on why the same rules do not apply. I just don't know I don't know that argument. I'm Black. I'm a woman. I don't know. But there is an argument there.
I mean, it's just above my pay grade. I have an opinion.
So above my pay grade.
Yeah.
But I think some of the people in the community are some of the coolest, nicest people. I've spent a lot of time with them, especially in my travel group. They're some of the coolest, nicest people you ever meet.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I work with two of the dopest people in the world that are going through transition. I work with I'm talking about the dopest. Shout out to Roxy, shout out to Ray. Two of the dopest people I can ever work with, two of the most ethical people I've ever met in my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I think the community kind of gets a bad stigma because a lot of people just don't get it. And maybe some years down the line we'll come to a point where we can understand the nuance of it, but I just don't think we're here at that point. You know how we say like the technology isn't there for certain things.
Yeah.
The technology isn't advanced yet for that idea. I guess we're like in the very early stages of it. So, and it's been around for a while. It's been around for a while. It's been around for decades. So, but still,
I mean,
the mental technology isn't there yet.
Longer than that, people just been hiding it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been slowly but surely coming out.
Right. So, but shout out to them. Shout out to the community. But yeah, that has legit nothing to do with what we're talking about today.
We pulled out the driveway and literally just went reverse down the street.
Right. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. So, we have a lot of things to talk about, to where I'm just like, we're not gonna talk about everything, and we're just gonna talk about shit. So, but I'll let you go first, since we're going backwards down the street. What do you want to talk about first?
Shoot, let's go ahead and get this out the way because everybody's been talking about it. Let's just go ahead and get out that Kendrick Lamar video.
Okay. Yeah, so the Kendrick Lamar video debuted on the 4th of July. And it was more than what I expected it to be, because we had a whole lot of clips that leaked. So it was more than what I thought it would be. It was a cool video though. It had a lot of symbolism in it. A lot of things I did not catch watching it initially. And still there's some things that weren't explained to me in the explanation videos that people put out. So I did see some people's videos from LA natives and whatnot, and they were like, this one guy in particular, he was talking about how he was not, like, he thought it was cool, but he thought it could be so much better, and he was an LA native, and I was like, okay, and like he was fighting with people in the comments, because he did a live stream talking about it, and he was fighting with people. And in comments, people was calling him a hater and all kinds of stuff, because he just was like, it's cool, but I just thought it could be way better. Excuse me. I know a lot of people were talking about Kendrick's energy level, and I thought the energy level was on brand for Kendrick. Like, I didn't see anything. Like, if he were to be jumping all around and stuff like that, then I would have been like, this is not normal. Some people compared it to King Kuta. I didn't, but a lot of people did. But yeah, I thought it was a cool video, whatever. What were your thoughts?
I really thought it was a cool video. I can get people from LA, people from Compton having their opinions about it, because that's where they're from, and so certain things wasn't represented in that video, and that for me, being a Kansas City native, that is correct. That is honestly fine, because even if you grow up in LA and even if you grow up in Compton, you only have a certain wheelhouse that you fuck with. So it's a lot of things that aren't going to be represented in there, because it's so territorial and so I guess what's the word I can use? Put in sections that it's only certain sections that Kendrick fucks with. And I mean, you can't fault him for that. That's him being a human. That ain't got nothing to do with him being a rapper or knowing or being a part of the structure of LA. LA is sectioned off a million times. So I can get them having their opinions about that, and their opinions could be truly valid. As far as people saying that he was off in that, you have to understand that this is a beef track. So I'm not about to fucking monkey foot around on a beef track. Even though I can get my whole numerous sections of people to come out and join this with me, I'm still looking at you like, at the end of the day, this is a beef track, and if you'd have showed up, I would have punched you in the fucking mouth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I really get why he was looking the way he was looking, because he really was looking like,
I ain't got time for this nigga. It wasn't the video or the people. He was directly having that aura to Drake at the time. That's how I took it. This is the aura he was taking. Like, I'm for real with this. I don't have no smile on my face. I'm not having fun. I'm telling you the truth. You are not like us. Period. Look at what I got behind me. I got a bunch of niggas kicking it, but at any given Sunday, they'll turn around and pop the shit out of everybody in OVO if they pull down the street. So I get why he was looking like that. You know what's, it's mad knifing into me. And I don't even know if people use that phrase. I'm going to take it today. This is my phrase. It is mad knifing. That's a mad knife for you to talk about. I'm not around my family, and for my family to dance on your diss track grave. That is mad business.
Especially when you were saying that my fiance cheated with my manager and my son isn't mine.
I utterly enjoyed that. I utterly enjoyed them dancing to that.
Yeah. Yeah. That was pretty cool. A lot of the things was to the average person, especially the average person that has never been to California. A lot of the stuff went over your head, like certain places and whatnot. Because like even though I've been to California more than twice and going in a couple of weeks, still some of the stuff I was like, So it was
Kendrick's wheelhouse.
Yeah, it was very LA heavy or Compton heavy, and just certain things. I mean, just you wouldn't know, and that's okay, because everything ain't for everybody, so that's okay.
I didn't know them. I didn't know that I don't want to disrespect them. The dancers.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was still really prominent and still going on.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I didn't. Like, so when I seen that, and I was like, oh shit, like that's really a movement for real. Like,
yeah,
that shit going.
Now, what I didn't know was how long it's been a movement. Like, apparently Tommy the Clown has been out for a long time. And I didn't find out about him until Crump became a big thing.
Yeah. I thought it came and went. I didn't know that it was prominent like that. But again, like I said, I'm a Kansas City native.
Right. Yeah. But I thought that was cool. He was at the Juneteenth celebration, so I wasn't surprised to see him in the video, but a lot of people did not know what the hell a Tommy or the Clown was. So that's pretty dope that he's like been put front and center, So a lot of people got educated on him. I thought it was gonna be just a whole lot of the crowd shots. I thought it was just going to be like real local heavy. So the fact that it wasn't was pretty cool. It had a whole lot of symbolism in the video. One of the things that I still ain't 100% understanding of is the white storage containers. Do you get that part?
I didn't get that part, but I only seen the video like 3 times, so it would have to be me just going into it and really analyzing the lyrics and trying to piece that together. The only thing I can think of now is all those white storage containers is basically for me. It would be Drake's whiteness trying to pack in as much black as he can.
Mm.
But that's just me just saying it right now. It's I
Yeah.
didn't understand, you know what I'm saying? I didn't understand that reference either. I really did like how he caged the owl at the end after looking over the owl so menacingly, and then he put the bitch in the cage. I was like, this nigga is
Mhm.
a fucking genius. One thing I do respect is before the song came on, when Drake's track at the end of the track, he said that Kendrick was dead, and in the beginning, he started it off like, boom, I've been reincarnated. Like, so I was like, oh, that's fly as a motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah. And that track that they started off with, that song sound hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm anticipating that full song to come out.
Like, I really do like how Kendrick is quality over quantity. And that was represented to me in the video, as far as him not pushing a bunch, like you said, it ain't being a bunch of shots of just niggas and I know what I'm saying, and all that. It was a real quality video.
Yeah, it really was. You can tell they spent a couple of dollars on it. Now some people are making an argument that he didn't need a video at all, that he should not have done it at all.
He definitely didn't, but in the immortal words of every action star in America, you drew first blood.
Mm-hmm.
You did that. You started off with a video. You just didn't expect me to have a video that streamed amazingly well, and I spent millions of dollars on, because what I wanted to do, I don't want to kill your career, but I want to crush you from ever thinking that you're better than me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he solidified, nigga fucked up Big 3. It's just Big Me. Niggas bums. Like, that's right. He solidified that with that video right there.
Yeah. What else have they been seeing? Yeah, like I've been seeing that a lot, that he didn't need a video. Me personally, I didn't necessarily think he needed a video. But it was cool to see. I mean, it was cool to see.
It was the best thing since sliced bread. When it comes to beef, I mean, Pac didn't need a video either.
No, but it was a different time back then, because Pac's song wasn't getting played on the radio either.
That is true.
Yeah. Another thing I thought what would have been cool is, because the song took over the culture so tough, and kind of like how Back to Back did back in the day, I thought it would have been cool if he would have just did a video of a whole bunch of people singing the song, because it was like 1,000,001 clips of that on the internet, and it would have shown the impact of this song to the culture, and how the culture just, showing that they really don't fuck with him like that. I think that, as far as impact, I think that would have made a bigger impact.
I could see that.
Yeah. But I wasn't the one there making that decision. So
right. The more and more I watched it, it was more or less of, like I said again, it was Kendrick's wheelhouse of representing what he knows is California, because it went beyond LA, it went beyond Compton. It was just his wheelhouse of California, what he know.
Yeah. It was kind of like his California love, but it was in a diss track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, which I don't know how to take that, because it wasn't like the song was California heavy, but he made it California heavy with the Juneteenth and with the video. You know.
Yeah, he was just. Kendrick was just doing his thing, and it's. I was having a discussion at the job the other day, and it was one of those things where he had a lot of representation of just black. At the end of the day, it was just a lot of representation of black, and that's what he was trying to represent with Drake. Whatever the fallout was with him and Drake, I don't know what the real fallout was. No one really will. We'll all assume and make these videos about it. But whatever fallout he had with Drake, it was more of representing the culture that Kendrick doesn't like. And Kendrick didn't like it to the point where he was already battle ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he was representing. As just, what he can do because he's black, and what Drake cannot do because he plays a character that is black.
Now, do you think it is a character?
I do. I said this before, and again, I'm totally neutral to this. But I've said this before, and I've said this a lot of times to a lot of people. Drake is a phenomenal actor because Drake acts like a rapper. He acts like the most thoroughest nigga in Canada. He's acting a role. But he doesn't have any. He doesn't. You got to think, and this is just me from what I know. Drake has a deadbeat dad, and as a black man, and Drake grew up in a Jewish community. So
why do you think his dad was a deadbeat?
But I listened to his lyrics. Drake's dad wasn't around.
I don't think his dad wasn't not around.
No, Drake's dad wasn't around. Drake's dad didn't want to get a work visa. Drake's dad, I listened to his lyrics. He didn't want to. He wasn't doing that. He was booted out of Canada. He wasn't coming around like that. He wasn't, and I'm not saying, okay, let me take it back. I will take the deadbeat part out of it. But he wasn't around enough black people where he honestly knew what it was. He grew up in the Jewish community. He grew up in the Jewish community to the point where he had to go to Texas to learn how to properly say nigga. He was still using the ER.
Right.
So that right there, it tells you the culture shock of what he is. I'm not never downplaying Drake's blackness because Drake is a half black. And society, that just makes you that makes you black. So I get that. But his culture isn't that. His culture is a Jewish culture, which is 100% fine. But he just can't represent blackness like Kendrick can. And that's what Kendrick was trying to show. And whatever started the beef, I think is because he watched him code switch with niggas and then act his normal way outside of those niggas. And that probably put a disdain in with Kendrick because Kendrick was on tour with him. So he probably watched him code switch, and it probably put a bad taste in his mouth. In my opinion, that's just what I think it is. I would do the same thing if I watched somebody be like, wop, and be like, oh my God, did you see how he came in? Like, I would really be like, who the fuck is this guy?
So do you think that this is more of an argument for either Drake specifically or for biracial people?
No, it's for Drake. It's not for biracial people. It is for Drake.
But what about a biracial person that was brought up in a household with just one parent?
That biracial person that grew up in a household of just one parent, whether it be black or white, represents that type of culture and doesn't try to code switch.
Well, I don't know about that.
Because we're getting into like the multiverse of it. I'm saying for Drake and what Drake is to music. Drake code switches. I've seen plenty of interviews where he didn't say anything about being black when he was in Degrassi. He always talked about his Jewish community. And then when he became Drake the rapper, it was like, oh, okay, we cool with him because he is half black. And then he became the bad man Drake. All of a sudden he had a Jamaican accent because he's running around with these rude boys in Canada, and we like, wait a minute, that ain't where you from. You from a Jewish community.
Well, yeah, that part was silly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That part is silly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's the disdain probably Kendrick has. Is you try to be something that you and it ain't even you try to be something. You are phenomenally doing and being something that you're not, because you're a tremendous actor, my nigga. You are a grade A actor. You turned around and acted like one of the hardest rappers for 15 plus. And that's great, because if you talk to anybody, this is the thing that cracks me up, because I when this whole thing started and I tried to go through the pipeline of it, every white person that knows Drake talks about how he's a phenomenal guy. He gives all this free shit. He does this, he does that. He's great. He takes everybody out to dinner. He does this, he does that. And then they say he's nothing like he is. He's nothing like he portrays when he's rapping. He's not that person.
But I feel like people are trying to make it seem like Drake is out here acting like he's DMX or something like that. Like, he's not out here acting like that. Like, I don't think he portrays himself to be the hardest nigga alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll give you that, because he doesn't.
Yeah, but like he's never portrayed that. Now I feel like he has put more bass in his voice over the years, but he's never acted like he was that dude in regards to like being like tough or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Drake hasn't. Drake made a career out of himself where before he wanted to be known as a great lyricist, he was a dope entertainer. You know, then when it turned to he wanted to be respected for being a rapper, he put on a persona of a tough guy. And in his lyrics, I'm not saying in life, in his lyrics, he put on. But
what song is he the toughest nigga alive? Like, I don't.
Okay, so for me, it's songs like what was that? Damn, why am I forgetting now? Like Woes. It's a bunch of songs. When he did that song where he was out in where his daddy live in Tennessee, or Memphis.
What is it? My Worst Behavior?
Yeah, like all this, it was just him just acting out and being around a bunch of niggas where that's where he's not comfortable at. And I think for me, I
don't think that.
I think he's not comfortable around niggas for real. In my honest to God opinion.
And that could very well be because, I mean, American niggas and Canadian niggas ain't the same.
True, 100% true. And I think what Kendrick is trying to display is he's not comfortable around y'all. He's not y'all. He's not us. Like he said, like, you know what I'm saying? He does go to Atlanta to get bag. He goes there to get credit. Just like anybody, we'll go to different banks to get credit. This is what he's doing, in my opinion.
Is that out on him, or is that more out on us for allowing it?
It's out on us, 100%.
But this is the problem with us, is that we don't gatekeep it, and it doesn't matter if you're racially ambiguous, biracial, or just flat out white. Like, you can, if you can clap and sway left and right on beat, you always got some motherfucker that's gonna invite you to the cookout. And we kind of need to gatekeep because everybody don't get a plate. Everybody don't get a seat at the table.
And I 100% agree. At one point, black people have to understand that what we do is we give them the rope. They just kick away the chair.
Yeah. But I feel like it's more out on us than anything.
It's 100%, and I think that's what Kendrick is saying.
But I feel like we're also going down a slippery slope because, I mean, I'm not biracial, but when you look at the plight of the biracial or the plight of the mulatto or the plight of whatever you want to call them, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have always had to struggle on which side to pick and choose, and how they're not accepted on either side, and how they're called this, that, and the third, and all this type of stuff. So, I can empathize with how hard it can be to try to figure out life, because I mean, life is already figured out for us from conception, because we're black. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we present as black, we were conceived as black. Before we knew our gender, we were black. And that's just period, point blank, end of discussion, right? But a biracial person, you don't know what they gonna look like when they come out. You know from conception that they're gonna be mixed. But it's like when they come out, they either gotta pick a side or society's gonna pick that side for them. You know what I'm saying? But when you pick a side, it's like, are you turning your back on your other side that's half of you? Are you turning your back on that parent that gave you that side that you're turning your back on? You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. And then when you do pick a side, the side that you pick may not want you. You know what I mean? And then when you try to, go to the other side or what have you, that side might be like, well, shit, you didn't pick us in the first place, or you not like us. You not like us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand, or empathize with the plight of the biracial person. So it's kind of hard. But then in the same breath, I saw something on Twitter the other day about Logic, and they made a great point. And they was like, okay, because I mean, we all know Logic is mixed.
Yeah.
So, they was just like, this man may be mixed, but he grew up in a house full of white people. He has an ex-wife that's white. He has a current wife that's white. He has kids that are white. Why is he so fixated on being or saying nigga? Or being able to say nigga? And why does he want to say nigga so bad? Because that's the only way that you really know that he's white. Because I mean, he presents as white. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, that's a great point. Because why is it that you just have to say this word, and you didn't grow up in a life that this word was like a positive thing?
Yeah.
So,
with Logic, I'm glad you brought that up, because I've talked about this too, because people say that, and I only go off of the things that I've seen because I don't know people. But with Logic, I've seen interviews with him. I've seen interviews with his father. I've even seen I've heard interviews with his brothers and sisters. Logic grew up with a very racist mother that really, really tried to whitewash him as much as possible, and he did not. He refused to let that happen. But when he became famous because of what he looked like, he was very pigeonholed into the being a certain way and not always being who he was. Once he started making money, to the point where he can defunct from a label. Logic start being Logic, like the nigga we see now, and it throws people off, and that's because he's able to move freely about as who he always was, and what I've seen. Now it's always gonna throw people off because for a long time Logic didn't say nigga. Logic was just a rapper who was extremely smart, you know. And he was pigeonholing himself. And then when he got off a label and became independent, he actually started being him. And so that throws people off now. As far as him having white kids and a couple of white wives, I know a bunch of niggas that do the same shit. I know a lot of pro-black niggas that got white kids.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. Niggas, I'm not gonna say all black men, because I'm a black man that's never been with a white woman. But I know all black men, if they're not super pro-black, as far as where they want their seed to lay, they busting nuts into anybody. They still gonna say nigga, they still gonna do this, they still gonna do that. That's the plot. That's the plot of black man, period. It don't have nothing to do with biracial black man. It's just black man, period. A lot of us, like you said, we don't gatekeep. These niggas don't gatekeep they seed.
They showing the fuck though.
Yeah, they don't gatekeep they seed.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like this is a way deep discussion.
Yeah.
You know, my degree's in film, so it has nothing to do with psychology or African American or biracial studies or anything like that. So yeah, this is way above my pay grade.
I went to the University of the Streets, so I have no idea. I have a degree in I might scam the shit out of you.
Scam likely. But yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it will be a good table discussion. But I feel like we probably need to have some biracial people, you know, talk about it. Trick Turner says the good book says be fruitful and multiply, not keep your seed. Yeah, but are we being fruitful and multiplying with I think the point is with whom are you being fruitful and multiplying with?
You know what? I will honestly say this as a multiracial individual. It's all about the culture. Know what I'm saying? It's all about the culture. At the end of the day, it's all about how you can properly represent the culture that you grew up around, or the culture that is a part of you. With my biracial individuals, my individuals that are half black and half white, I'm agreements with you because it is hard for them. But one thing I will say about them, as far as that is, if you identify with that with a culture, as far as the plight and the disrespect of it, and you want to make a change, I'm 100% in agreement with that. And if that culture decides to turn their back on you, as far as anything, and I'm talking about the black culture, if the black culture decides to turn their back on you, then as someone who is black, or who is part black, no, I ain't even gonna say that because Afro Latinas is niggas. So as a person who is black, I will say we're doing a great disservice to you because if we allow white allies, what makes you different?
Excuse me. I mean, I could totally be wrong, but it just seems like, as far as a biracial person is concerned, like if they try to identify with the white side, they're not completely accepted because they're not fully white. But when they identify with the black side, they may take it as not being fully accepted, but we probably just cracking jokes and shit like that.
Yeah, it would.
You know
It
what
would
I'm
have
saying?
to
But
be,
we accept them.
yeah, it would have to be something crazy because again, we a lot like you said, we don't gatekeep. We have so many
Yeah.
white allies. It would be a disservice for us to try to disown you because your mother or your father is white.
Yeah. And like I have a biracial brother, and I've never cracked jokes with him or looked at him no different than my other siblings. You know what I'm saying? But when I would see him around my other brothers or whatnot, you know, they're being brothers. And that's the one thing that, you know, that's what they would crack on him about is him having a white mama. You know what I'm saying? Like they would say shit about like with your white ass and see that's that white shit. Like they would, I mean, but it would be all in love. It wouldn't be like kicking them off to the side, like I don't fuck with you, you half breeder, or you know, saying anything like disrespectful. You know, but you know, so
I get it. My brother does the same thing. Like when I do certain, like when I was listening to reggaeton music, my brother was quick to tell me that's his culture. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I just like the fucking music. He like that's like, that nigga culture.
Right,
like,
right.
Even with when I named my kids, a lot of niggas was like, I was naming my kids names that were red because I was representing the hood. And my brother was quick to tell niggas like, fuck nah, he representing who he is, man. This nigga, this old weird ass nigga, hey, is representing who he is. And I'm like, bro, I get you trying to stake up for me, but you're not taking up.
You're making it worse.
Yeah, you making it worse, my nigga. Like, nah, I was trying to tell him, like, nah, that's his culture. That's you. I don't know my brother from. I'm like, nigga.
Right. Right, that's him. So Trey Turner says white mama and 750 credit score ER. Yeah, no to the credit
don't work that way.
Right. Like, no to the credit score.
I know a lot of half white kids that Bills was putting their name young, they shit fucked.
I'm not even gonna go down that road with my brother. We just gonna leave it at he has a white mama. So he's the only one. So yeah, we spent a lot of time on this that I did not think we were going to do. So yeah. So that's Not Like Us, the video.
There we go.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll definitely have to revisit that with some biracial people. But yeah, and I mean, me being on the outside looking in, especially because I mean, it wasn't like I grew up with my biracial brother or anything like that. So I could totally be wrong on how I assess it, just because I'm not thinking it's a big deal. And it could have totally been a big deal for him. I don't know. I've never sat down and been like, so Brandon, how do you feel? You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
It's the last thing I'm gonna say. It's because I never felt the plight of a person that was half black and half white. I never felt that plight. Growing up, I never did. But I grew up on my black side, you know, and my father's side, they still grew up in the 30s. So the culture was still black. And then they're dark skinned. But my black side are full of light skinned folks. So I used to get talked about for being dark skinned. And like I had niggas in school, like, nigga, you're not dark skinned, you're a brown paper bag. Like what? Like, so I got a lot of, because I didn't know, I had to do research when I was in my 30s. Because I used to be like, you know, we Indian. And like I had to do research to find out that, like, you know, yeah, my grandfather was Indian, but my grandmother, my grandmother is the Afro Latina side, and that's my dad's father is Indian, and my dad's mother is I always say Cuban, but I don't know. I really don't know what she is. I just know she's Afro Latina. She's a dark skinned woman with long ass hair that talks really fast and it sounds like gibberish. And so I never really dealt with that side. So I only could deal with the black side. And even me looking like this, I was still critical because I grew up in a light-skinned family.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? I get certain things, but at the end of the day, they were just joning me because that's what black people do. That we just cut jokes on each other.
Right. Same. That's another table discussion as well. Just people's different perceptions of light skin and dark skin. What's light skin? What's dark skin? Because I've actually recently had conversations with people that have thought, hey, I'm this, or hey, I'm that, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then will say it, and then other people look at them like, you crazy, you ain't that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Trick Turner says, Mr. Mulatto. Ha
Shut
ha.
the fuck up.
Then he says, just a nigga that likes green bananas, aka plantains.
Plantains is fire, nigga. Fuck you.
So yeah, Trick gonna come with the joke.
Yeah.
So,
they taste good, man. They fire. You fry some plantains, them motherfuckers is heat.
Or the plantain chips is cool too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is not about plantains. So
and Africans eat plantains too, nigga. Shut up.
Yeah. That's where I first heard about plantains. So yeah. But anywho, that is not like us. So, and I guess plantains are not like us either.
That's the, you know what? That's the only thing I like out of Jamaican spots. If they got plantains, I'll be like, let me get some fried plantains.
Right. Just give me.
I don't like rice and peas. I just don't like them.
I don't like beans and rice, and that has nothing to do with Jamaicans. But
no.
Yeah. I just figured we might as well say what we don't like. So yeah. So next up, okay, we have not been hearing for a while. So let's just go ahead and talk about this. Lord. Okay, so since our last episode, we have had a presidential debate, and between Biden and Trump, and a lot of people walked away with some opinions. Yeah. The main opinion is still going on to this day. Like, I've even gotten CNN breaking news about this today. And the question that's on the table is, should Biden still be running? They feel like he is old, and he's only 3 years older than Trump, but for whatever reason, they feel like Biden is too old to be running still. Mind you, we are in July and the election is in November.
Mm-hmm.
But after the debate, even though it was said that Biden had a cold, and on top of that, they could not have any notes. They did not have an audience, and there were no there was no fact checking with the moderators. With all that being said, still people are like, Biden shouldn't run. There has been a whole bunch of reports saying that the Democratic National Convention is still contemplating on if they should do or if they should endorse Biden, which I forgot when the convention is, but it's coming. And so they've even had people go as late as today to meet with him, about, and just, I guess the meeting was to basically see if he is still okay to run. The person that was supposed to go and see when they came out of it, didn't fully say yay or nay. But there's been people that have endorsed him in the past that has come out recently, just basically asking him not to run. I know a couple of days ago, George Clooney, which is a big endorser, or was a big endorser in the past, is saying don't run. So, mind you, we have him running up against a felon that is a liar. And people are really thinking that he really does have a chance to take the White House back. So
it's not a chance.
So what are your thoughts? Do you think that with the way things are going now, do you think that Trump is going to win?
If it remains Biden versus Trump, it's a landslide victory. And the only reason why I'll say that is because, like you said, Trump is only 3 years younger than Biden. But Biden is someone who's had multiple brain surgeries, and things aren't clicking as fast as Trump's is. It looks very, because I watched the debate, and it looks very depressing if you are from the Democratic Party, to understand that is who is supposed to represent you, because you understand that if he becomes president again, he is not helping making any decisions. It'll always be the Senate. And if you think about it, if you allow a president to just be that and allow the Senate to run everything, you might as well not have a fucking president in the first place. The president is supposed to rally the people. Biden can't rally the people. And it's no disrespect to Biden, even though I do have, and I've stated my opinions before, I have my opinions of Biden, and how I truly believe that it's a underlining, I'm trying to be politically correct, but I can't. It's an underlining thing of everything that I've seen him pass laws for, or did research on passing laws for. He's not for the individuals that he is looking to vote for him. He's really still riding off of Obama's coattail, but everybody tends to forget that he really called us dangerous creatures, and he wanted all of us locked up with the laws that he was helping getting passed. That being said, he ain't even that nigga no more. He is a husk of a man, and that shouldn't be represented as this country. And it's so sad to say. I won't, because I don't want this to happen. But it's so sad to say it would be better for someone who can combat certain things than Biden in there, because Trump as a face is way better than this shell of a man that we have in Biden. And that's my opinion, because it is always going to be someone talking for him. It'll never be Biden talking for itself.
Okay. So, Trick Turner says both of them wear Depends. Okay.
Trick. You were 100% correct, my nigga. That's what's so funny.
And then he also says Biden's people should be in trouble for elder abuse. I feel like they can prop Biden up and make it a whole weekend at Bernie's, and I'm still not voting for Trump. I know the blackness in me will not allow me to vote for Trump. The woman in me will not allow me to vote for Trump. Like, it's not gonna happen.
I'm glad you switched that to the woman in you, because again, I try to stay out of politics as much as possible, but
sometimes it's unavoidable.
And I always tell people, like, and I can only address this as 100% unapologetically me. We used to fuck with Trump so fucking heavy. We had so many lyrics representing the brand of fucking Trump.
Yep, until Trump showed his true colors.
And until he became president, and we realized that this motherfucker ain't shit.
Yeah.
But that's the problem with this.
This is the problem with that, is that Trump has never been shit. But he was cool.
That's what I was about to say. We as black people, we loved it because of the money he was making and the brand that he was making. Because all black people, and when I say all black people, I mean all black people. Even you woke ass niggas. I'm talking to y'all. All of you motherfuckers want to represent yourself as a brand and want to capitalize off that brand. That's why y'all was really fucking with Trump like that, because that's what he learned how to do. He got broke being a businessman, and he learned marketing itself as a brand was way more motherfucking money. And y'all love the fuck out of it.
Right. And
he ate that shit up like it was fried chicken and watermelons, you disrespectful ass bastards. I don't know what else to say but to tell y'all the truth, because I did too. I'm a part of that.
We all like Trump at one point in time. Like let's just be real about the situation. We all like Trump at one point in time, even though he for real did not like us at all at no point in time.
But he don't even like white people. That's the thing I be telling people. That nigga's favorite color is green or blue.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Money's blue now.
Money's blue?
Yeah, money's a light hue of blue. Blue checks, baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the big faces are blue.
Oh, well shit. I'm poor, so I don't know nothing about that.
Big
all
face,
right, big
blue
face,
money, baby.
All right. Blue face, baby.
That's why he's blue face. Blue face ain't got shit to do with cripping for real.
Okay.
$100 bills are blue. Makes
sense. But yeah. As far as your point was.
Yeah, we all did that. We all and we're reaping what we sowed. That man, when he was president, he literally got on stage and was looking at black people, and he wanted to say, "That's my nigga," so bad. He said, "That's my African American right there."
Right. Look at my African American.
He literally said that.
Yeah. I remember that shit.
And then he turned around and tried to act like he was such a good Samaritan, where he was throwing paper towels at motherfuckers. This is who white people and some of you crazy ass niggas still think should represent us, because, and I get it. I understand that. I had a conversation the other day. I get it and I understand, because we keep on thinking it's a democracy in America. It is not. It is not. This is a communist ass motherfucking not world, but United States of America that we live in. It is really a communist pay. If you think about it, we are more money hungry. It's not even the American citizen no more. If you watch the news, we are the American consumer. They don't even say American American individuals. They say the American consumer. So that means we are more of a dollar bringing state country than we are anything else. And so most people respect Trump more because he came from business, not even thinking about that he's a failure in fucking business.
Right. On multiple occasions. Trick says, but was he going to say my nigga or my nigger?
He was definitely going to say my nigga.
ER. Yeah. And then he says it's a republic.
I mean,
but whatever it is, it's not what they teach you in.
It's not a democracy. America is not a democracy no more. They give you the fake idea of choice.
Yeah.
This is what they do in immortal words of George Carson, the comedian. It's only three people to run the lights. It's probably two people that run gas, or two conglomerates to run gas, and then it's a handful of people that own technology.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so they give you a fake freedom of thing of choice in America, because what they'll do is you're only gonna side with these people, but then on the back end they'll give you 100 fucking choices for a bagel, because it's a fake idea of choice.
Right. Trick says it's a big club and we ain't in it. Yeah, agreed. You know, I had that conversation when I came back from Dubai, because I was trying to emphasize the point that, yeah, they feed us this whole ideology that we're free, quote unquote, in America, but we're really not free. And I feel like the people, even though they have a ruler and they have laws that may be perceived to be more stricter than over here in Dubai, but I would say that they're more free than we are here. And that's because we are not free by a lot of constraints. We're not free because we have to work. We're not free because we have to stay within some type of social constraint. You can't just freely say whatever you want to say, because you're going to have the ramifications of saying what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Or doing what you want to do or whatnot. But you have the idea, like you're fed this fake ideology that we're free over here.
Yeah. Whereas
over there, it's kind of upfront what you can and can't do. And people live within that. Excuse me. And it's not that big of a deal. So you're free to roam around, you know, and just be a decent human being for the most part. Like, that's all it pretty much is. Like, their military ain't big, their police department ain't big, because they don't have that much crime. Because people, for the most part, get along. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that argument is there. But yeah, I don't feel like we're necessarily free, quote unquote, here.
No.
So, but back to Biden and Trump. Like, I mean, we don't have the ideal candidates in neither one of them. But like I said, there's nothing that you can do to get me to vote for Trump. I'm sorry. And I watched a lot of people talk after the debate, and there were some people that were undecided that made a decision after the debate, and it was kind of like a toss-up between both of them. Like, it wasn't like everybody went to one side or the other and whatnot. And I can see why that debate will make a decision, but then in the same breath, everybody has bad debates. Like, there's nobody that just can go through life and and just knock it out the park 100% of the time. Even though one of the things that I did like about Biden, especially when he was vice president, is that he used to eat those debates. You know, like you couldn't tell him nothing. Like he always came prepared. He always knew what he was talking about, and he always ran circles around his opponent.
That's 100% true. But 2 brain surgeries later.
Yeah. But in the same breath, a president is not a dictator. So it wouldn't be like he's the end all be all. Like you said earlier, it would be like other parts of the government that would be making decisions. Wouldn't be just him, even though he would be the face of America, which I understand. But I feel like which, knock on wood, I don't think that if Biden does get elected, I don't think he would do the full term. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are thinking as well. But with him having a Black woman, or a biracial woman, rather, with him having that in Kamala as his vice president, I feel like people are looking at that more and being like, absolutely the fuck not.
And I'm glad you said that, because I was gonna say that after you had finished talking, but I'm glad you did that because it iterated what I was gonna say. Mm-hmm. The whole thing in a nutshell is, if Biden becomes president, the leaders of the free world, all these leaders are going to look at us like we're weak. Not only that, again, his predecessor, the person under him, is a woman. Now, I am not downplaying women at all when I say this, because I really want y'all to understand on a logical level what I'm about to say to you. Most of those powers and those countries that can rattle the shit out of us do not respect women.
Yeah.
So really be prepared for things to happen that you haven't seen, your mama haven't seen, and your grandmother ain't seen. If Kamala becomes president of the United States of America, it's almost going to be like niggas are going to try to bully the shit out of her.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's not easy to bully. If you've ever seen her debate, or even when she was in the Senate, she's not a pushover. You know what I'm saying? So but she's going to fight. She's going to have a fight every time she has to meet with somebody. Because of that point that you just made, like, people just don't respect women. And it's not just in other countries. They don't respect women here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that's how Trump got in office. I mean, that's one of the reasons why Trump got in office in the first place, because people just don't respect women. Like, Clinton was the most qualified for the job. If anybody had a better resume at the time that was running, it would have been her. And
yeah, because she knew how to keep America's secrets.
Yeah. And she didn't get it. And for what? Mainly because people didn't want people didn't want a woman.
She's a fucking woman. I mean, that's what it's all boiled down to. She was, and I agree, I'm in agreement with you. She was 100% qualified. Mm-hmm. She was everything that at the time a president needed. She knew how to shut the fuck up. She knew how to take a charge, and she knew how to rally the fucking people.
Yeah.
Even when she was code switching, it was still the same. The main part about it is she knew how to keep American secrets.
Yeah. Yeah.
She still didn't get in.
She still didn't get in. And it's mainly because she was a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trick says they'll never let her receive the title of president. They'll prop his dead ass up like the Weekend at Bernie's until January 2025. Yeah. But that's the reason why what I said was he will get in and then it will be Kamala, because I feel like he would probably retire. Yeah, we'll have the first president retire out of office.
Yeah, regardless.
But they're not going to let him do that.
I'll probably get a bunch of backlash for this one. I don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all, nigga. Argue with your mama. Don't argue with me.
Well, all right. Yeah.
You know, I hate to see that Biden has declined the way he's declined to the point where he is going to be puppeteered, where he's not even going to have his own opinion because his brain mentally it can't muster it. And I understand we have debates after debates and people everybody has a bad debate. I get that, and I get that 100%. I understand it. But even with people speaking for him in the speech that he had, he still was not able to communicate things well. And that is going, and it's just a tragedy to see a man in that type of situation where it's almost like he's living in a cage because he really can't do what he wants to do or say what he wants to say. It has to be coached because he can't get things out like he wants to. It's sad. It's very sad and it's very depressing. And I hate that we have to have that put on display, and that is supposed to be the president of the United States of a motherfucking America.
Yeah. It is sad. Like I hate to see it. I hate to see how this is turning out. Because instead of talking about what was discussed in a debate, the main focus has been age, which the focus was age before, but now it's like even worse. And nothing has been put into consideration what had been going on. Like, he has been campaigning. He is older, so it is going to take a toll on him. He was sick. He didn't have notes. Like, and anybody, like, that right there in itself, like, I would have been messed up. I would have been up there paused and stuff like that. Like, we go off of the dome doing this, and we have times where we're kind of stuck, you know what I'm saying, because we're trying to get our thoughts out.
100%,
So
100%.
yeah, so just imagine being on international television with no notes. Anybody would have been stuck. You know what I'm saying?
I get that 100%, but I will. And when I say, again, I am not a Trump advocate and I am not voting for Trump. But what I'm saying is this. I get that because we can run that. He was on this campaign. He got sick, you know, all of these things. I still want people to logically understand that this man has had 2 brain surgeries.
When has he had these surgeries? Because I feel like that would have been a point that a lot of people.
One, when he was vice president.
What did he have? Like,
he had, I think he had like cancer or a tumor in there.
Okay.
And he had 2 of these surgeries. So he's not clicking like we're clicking. Like, for me, it has nothing to do with age. It has everything to do with his mental capacity. That's why I said he's in a cage, because Biden wants to do what we seen Biden do a couple of years ago. He wants to shut niggas down. He just can't do it. He's in a cage. His mind ain't snapping like that no more. I don't give a fuck how young you are or how old you are. We've seen it. Once you start fucking with that brain, this becomes this. And then you do it again, and then it comes this. It's just he's in a prison in his own fucking mind. And that's the president.
Yeah. And I get that. Like, as far as optics are concerned, I totally get that. But then we have to look and see about the policies, about the platforms that they're running on, and about their track record. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to bring up the negative, but people don't, talk about the positive too much. Both of them have had time in office. So just look at what they've done while they've been in office. You know what I'm saying? And then look at what they are proposing to do if they were to get a second term. And just, base it off of that. Don't necessarily base it off of debates, because people have good baits, people have the bad baits. Like if we talk about debates, we can go back to 2012 when Romney and Obama debated. Romney was winning those debates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Obama won the election.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to where he won the election so tough, it was damn near a landslide. But he had motherfuckers shook. You know what I'm saying? Like going into the debate, or going into the election, or going into election day, I should say, people was a bit apprehensive on how that outcome was going to be. So,
okay,
we still got hope that it won't be Trump. Is all my point is that I'm making.
Yeah, and I want y'all to get this, because what I really want to do. Just again, I'm glad it's all alleged and in our opinion. What I really want to do is I really want y'all to understand that we have to stop doing Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican. We're seeing that it is a failing business. Again, the United States is a business. It is a failing business. You better start listening to these grassroots independent motherfuckers. Because eventually this whole Democratic Republican shit is gonna fall, and hopefully it doesn't fall when I'm still around, because then you're gonna have independents who are outright and come in and super left that come in, and then it's going to really become a dictatorship.
Speaking of that, that kind of is a good segue into the next point of this, and then we're gonna move on from politics because this is making my head hurt. But presidential immunity. So the Supreme Court did a ruling since we've been gone about presidential immunity, and basically in so many words, it's a president while they're in office can pretty much do whatever the fuck they want to do and not be held accountable if it's to the betterment of the country. So they can break the law if they can find a way to have an argument that is for the betterment of the United States. What are your thoughts about this?
I'm confident because I'm laughing, because why did they even have to make this law? The president's been doing that. They're only making this law to outright push Trump into being president, because we've never had a president that was a fucking felon. But presidents have been breaking the law since we fucking have presidents. Like, yeah, they've been saying this for the betterment of the country, and no one has said a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
So why the fuck it has to be a law now? It's strictly because the powers that be, because this is a business, they're trying to push Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's just my opinion. But if you look about it, it kind of make fucking sense.
Yeah.
Because now they got to put it on paper. They didn't never have to put it on paper back then. Now they got to put it on paper to justify why they're going to have a nigga, and I'm calling Trump a nigga, why they going to have a nigga who got a bunch of baby mamas and a felony sitting in the fucking Oval Office.
Lord. Listen, lot of felonies.
We're living in a movie.
Pending charges. He got pending charges still.
We're living in I guarantee you, 10 years ago, if they had have made a movie about this, niggas wouldn't have believed it was gonna happen.
Right. This man is a convicted felon. He got baby mamas. He got pending charges still. And he has lawsuits out the ass. He has settlement lawsuits for sexual assault, all this type of shit. And people are like, I am voting for him come November. All of that. All that.
I want y'all to listen to me when I say this. And I don't want y'all to think it's a joke, but it's going to sound funny. He is the equivalent of a rapper with a felony getting a work pass to move about the country.
A rapper with a felony getting a work pass to move about the country.
So, for instance, like when rappers are, they get out of jail and they still have felonies on their record, they have to get basically a work visa so I can go to Florida and perform.
Mm-hmm.
He is the equivalent of a rapper with a felony.
Which is why people on the right are saying that he is relatable to Black people.
That's
because
why
he has cool.
That's my African American right there. He knew he was about to be in the same boat this bitch ass niggas in.
Right. It's all because he has cool shoes and he has felons now. So he's relatable to Black people. All right. Enter sarcasm here. But
that's, if you think about it, that it is exactly what it is. He is the most. Obama, they always talk about the nigga president. And I get it, because you're supposed to. This was the first quote unquote Black president, even though he really wasn't the first Black president, but that's a whole nother pop that I be telling people, and people be thinking I'm drunk and high, and then they Google and they be like, damn, this ugly nigga really smart for real. But that's that. He is the most niggerish. I ain't saying he's Black, but he's the most niggerish presidential candidate and president than we have ever seen in Obama.
Well, Obama couldn't be Black, quote unquote. They criticized him and like crucified him for wearing a tan suit. So just imagine. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They shot his ass down. And he looked clean as a motherfucker. I always.
Yeah.
Because my Uncle Lewis is a nigga that wears suits. And he reminded me of my Uncle Lewis when he walked out there, because that's what my Uncle Lewis do to this day. And my Uncle Lewis is a 70-year-old man. He still jumps out in a suit in the middle of the summer. And he looks so good, and he know he looks so good when he look at people. He lick his top lip, and I'll be like, this nigga used to be a plate. Like, because motherfuckers will look at him, and he'll be like, how you doing? And I'll be like, damn, this nigga fly.
Right. So Trick says, Trump is the nigga president they thought Obama was going to be. Yeah. Which is so wild, because Obama's track record doesn't give you that at all.
Nah.
He's the cleanest Black guy they could have ever put in office that we know of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, just because the things that they were trying to outlandish him for, he was totally agreeing with, because it was minute. Like when they was like, oh, this is the weed smoking president. He was like, I was in fucking college. All you motherfuckers was getting high in college. What the fuck are we talking about? Bitch ass nigga, you get high right now. It just ain't weed, it's fucking cocaine. Shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, he was, because everything was getting clean. It's like, you getting mad at me because I was fucking smoking weed, fucking white bitches? Are you serious? I was in college, nigga. What was I supposed to do?
Right. Meanwhile, the
president doing coke and fucking Black bitches, and nobody knows about it.
Right. That's what I'm like. Meanwhile, the president that was in office prior to him was doing cocaine and was a alcoholic. So like, but y'all mad at him for smoking weed in high or college. Okay. Trick says, Obama isn't of our culture. He was raised by his white mother and grandparents in Hawaii. Look at how he dances. Yeah, and I was going to bring up that point as well. Like, it actually goes back to the topic that we had prior to.
It does.
When you talk about Obama, because he is biracial, but culturally, he's white. But we put him on, and he's never turned his back on his white roots, you know. But he's a realist. In America, you know, he understands that he presents as black, and you know,
Yep.
just what it is.
Again, and I would like to slide in this piece because we talked about this earlier today in this podcast. Again, when it comes to Obama, everybody knows my opinion about Obama, so I don't have to bite my tongue about this. Obama was the most code switching when it comes to just the culture, because he came in for black people, didn't do a lot for us.
Yeah.
So
then there's that.
You know, I've always said it. All of y'all niggas can keep sucking President Obama's dick. Y'all can keep doing that shit. Y'all can suck it from the back. But I'm gonna tell you, y'all, if it only takes $1,500 in the stimulus check to make y'all ride my dick, I can't wait till I get rich.
Dude, because that's really what people are sitting on. And him releasing some of the people that were incarcerated, but people are not looking at the people that he signed off on to be executed. You know what I'm saying?
I was just about to say that, but we ain't gonna talk about who he got killed.
Right. That shit don't talk brought up at all.
He did more for big business, that is America, than anybody else did, because he kept up a storyline. We didn't have no. Let me take that back, because it is people that lost their lives, and I really respect that, and I love the people that rallied up for them, and I'm one of those people that rallied up for them too. But at the same time, we have already been told we was in big business with the Bin Ladens. They had to keep a storyline up, and he was able to keep the storyline up. So he was equivalent great for big business that America is, way more than he was, quote unquote, for us. And I say quote unquote because that's the first thing a motherfucker gonna tell me is he was our first black president, and he gave us $1,500. And his wife had the food program. That food program wasn't for you. It didn't go to Southeast Middle. Yeah. Nigga. He did more for big business America. Not only did he do more for big business America, he created an agenda. Well, he didn't create, but he helped push an agenda that we have right now today, even in the reverse that we did earlier today. He helped push an agenda where some people really do get mad at the LGBTQ community because he pushed rights for them, because he did what big business do. If you don't understand what big business do, I'm gonna put it in layman's terms and say this. If you want a bunch of black people to stop reading, give them free books. That's what big business does. And he pushed that. He pushed those laws for the people in the alphabet community so tough that now they are hated so bad. They were super hated all the time. So let me not downplay it, because you know they have been murdered and all that, but they're pushing it to the point where not only do they can be killed, they can be pushed back because of a law. Yeah, nobody's paying attention to that though.
The hatred is very overt.
Yeah, now you know what I'm saying. Like when I say it, people be acting like I'm homophobic or I'm this or I'm that. I'm none of that. Sometimes I understand that when you give people a lot of leeway with stuff, they always found a loophole to shut down that leeway. And Obama was a part of that shit. But in all of that I said, besides the $1,500, what did he do for you, my nigga?
It's a great question. But you know, we gonna leave you with that question and move on. This was not on our list of things to talk about, but it was breaking news since we've been on the show today. The judge dismissed Alec Baldwin in the involuntary manslaughter case for that lady that got killed on his movie set.
As they should have.
Yeah, they said the prosecution withheld evidence.
It should not even have been going on this long. When we talked about this, I said, man, why are we not talking about the motherfuckers that loaded the shit up for him? This nigga's an actor.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's an actor. All he hears is cut, action, and then he does his thing.
Right.
Oh, he's gonna shoot the bitch?
Yeah, like, excuse me, a gun has to go through like a series of checkpoints before it even gets to the actor. So if anything, I could have seen because it was his production company that was funding the movie. So if anything, I could have saw his production company being sued for liability, but him actually being charged for involuntary manslaughter, yeah, I didn't think that was something that should have happened. Now the girl that loaded the gun with live bullets, because why do you need live bullets on a movie set? Now she should have been charged, but like Baldwin himself, I don't.
And last time I checked, wasn't she like wasted like the night before?
Probably. I don't know about that, but I wouldn't be surprised. What she?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, and it just could be, but because I was trying to watch that, and she was known for like kicking it tough on movie sets. So maybe she wasn't like she wasn't thinking, she didn't know. First of all, I'm like you. I don't know why they have live ammunition when they can have blow up packs and it could be. But you know, I digress. They probably want it to be as real as possible. But I don't understand why they have live bullets.
You still wouldn't use live bullets.
She could have been fucked up long night, made a mistake, didn't see what she just grabbed bullets. She didn't even look at when it said blanks or real ammunition. She just grabbed bullets. But why ain't she getting charged?
I think she did.
She did? Okay.
I think so. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think she did. But yeah, him being charged specifically, I wasn't in agreement.
Like I said, the only way y'all could bring this up if it was a whole conspiracy of they conspired to shoot this bitch and make it seem like an accident. But I ain't seen no evidence of that shit.
Right. So yeah, that was just a little update because we did talk about that before. All right, I picked one, so now you pick one.
Name 5 black jobs.
All right. 5 black jobs. Let's see. An entrepreneur.
Uh-huh.
An influencer.
Uh-huh.
An artist.
Okay.
An accountant.
Oh, that was a heavy one.
Yeah, and a politician.
So, in that equivalent, we got people jumping the border to be black artists, Mexican artists. We got people jumping the border to be Mexican entrepreneurs. Last time I checked, those two, it's always been here. But okay, and then what else you say?
Influencer.
Influencer. So they're jumping the border to be a Mexican influencer. Have you been to California lately?
It's a lot of influencers in California.
It's a lot of multiracial. It's a big booming business. And then, politicians. You got people jumping over the border to be city council members. Wow. That's business right there.
They aspire to be.
So they're taking the black jobs because they're taking over treasurer of Folk County. And then what was the other one? The last one?
I said accountant.
Yes, accountant. That was a heavy one. So it is Mexican accountants because they're jumping over the border.
I can make an argument, which I mean, people may look at it like, "Girl, you probably shouldn't be on the internet saying this," but I can make an argument that a Mexican will probably be one of the best accountants or financial advisors you would ever meet. Because
they're always looking for the best deal.
They're always looking for the best deal. They can make something happen on minimum money. And they can take care of households, plural, with said money.
Yeah, because Mexicans under that, and I ain't even gonna say because I want to be culturally correct and understand that I don't hate on nobody, but I will say this: I get so upset on how Mexicans how their family dynamic is compared to how the black household is. I've seen, because I lived around a couple of Mexicans, and you know what I respect about them? They will have their wife, their kids, and their cousins, and then they'll move somebody in that is fresh over from over here, and they will make sure that everybody in there is comfortable, and they will all reside in one house. And what you will see from the dynamic of it is they'll start from simple things, from watching a business grow to going into union jobs to making sure that everybody is straight, and then you'll watch them grow through the whole community, and then you'll watch that same household do the same thing to 5 more of their people.
Mm-hmm. And also take care of households back home.
Yeah, and I was about to say, and also bring money back home. Though that I hate that I see that, and I don't see that in the black community when we are that is exactly what we started off doing, and then they bombed us to scarcity, and we now in this we eat off of being the first black person to do something. We don't want nobody else to do it, and anybody else to do it after us ain't shit. Like it's crazy.
We do that. We do that, and we do that, and in the same breath, we're also talking about this is ridiculous. How are we in 2024, and this is the first black such and such?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
it's so crazy. They're more community and family based than we will ever be.
Agreed.
We'll ever be. And you know what? The thing that kills me is a lot of our culturally, if we go through the ancestry line, culturally, ancestry, we're all cousins, and all of our cousins got the game plan, and us niggas is tripping.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Mexicans do it dope. Our Indian individuals do it dope. our Indian cousins, they do it so dope. They actually get paid from the government to do it, and we turn around as niggas and be like, they just want to take over our communities and do boom, 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 boom. Nah, they had a game plan and they ran it on the government and they went with it. Are we supposed to get mad at them, or are we supposed to be mad at the hustle?
I don't know if I'm supposed to be mad at either one.
I ain't mad at them. I'm mad at that I didn't know that hustle. Because if I'd have knew that hustle, we would have been in a whole different boat. The Ish We Talk would have been on some nice shit. Before Carlisha became a drug runner, we would be on some Carlisha shit.
Yeah.
Because we would have had the fortitude to do it. We'd have had the collateral to do it.
Right. But it seems like to your point, it's kind of like a crabs in a barrel type thing, because once one person learns how to fish, they will just rather distribute the fish instead of teaching one how to fish, so they can have like control. Yeah. And they can be the one up on you. You know what I'm saying? Because entrepreneurship, yes, we've seen it. But what was pushed in our community was to go get a good job, was to go to college, go get a good job, or not even go to college, like go get a city job. You know what I'm saying? Go work at the post office, go work for the government. You know what I'm saying? That's what was pushed onto us as making it. Go work at one of the car companies at the plant, work there for 30, 40 years and retire. Like, that's what was pushed onto us. Like, entrepreneurship wasn't really pushed onto us. But then you see another culture that comes over and all of a sudden they got their own business. And I'm not just saying that for Mexicans. I'm just like, you see that with the Asian community. You know what I'm saying? So like they are killing the game with the hair stores and the Chinese restaurants.
And see, that's the thing. It's and I'm glad you said that, it wasn't it wasn't taught to us, because it wasn't taught to us. When I say us, I'm talking about us. I'm talking about me, and I'm talking about you, and I'm talking about the people in our generations. It wasn't taught to us. Generations behind us, it was taught to them. 3 generations, or 3 to 2 generations, it was taught to them, and it was taught to them to the point that they were actually doing it and actually making a difference and actually providing jobs and opportunities to be entrepreneurs in that community. But you know what happened? Like I said earlier, they bombed us into scarcity. They scared us out of doing this. Everybody talks about the Oklahoma bombing, the terrorist act. Right. Killed Black Wall Street. A lot of people forget that even behind that, when Black communities were sprouting up, they were actually flooding those communities to make fake ass dams and fake ass rivers, because they didn't want us as people to still thrive. They've been shutting it down. They shut us down mentally. And it moved through the DNA of generations to generations, where in our generation, we were taught to just get a job.
Yeah.
And even with that, we still would have been cool if we didn't have a bunch of cowardice in our bloodline and our DNA that would set your own people up. We would have still been cool if we would have knew to work a job and always have a community trust that we put money in. We don't think about that right now. I always tell people, everybody in my job looks at me weird when I say, hey, if we go to a credit union and we build a trust up with my family, your family, his family, and his family, all our grandkids' college tuitions is paid for.
Yeah.
But what if we need it now? And now you have to make the sacrifice to lose that in order for our generations to build.
Yeah, but people don't look at it like that.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't look at it like that. So, Trick says, his top 5 are surgeon, dentist, welder, pilot, and chef. And then he also says the government doesn't actively sabotage their businesses either, which is a point.
Yeah.
They actively sabotage us. Like, so what is your top 5?
My top 5 is wig seller. My top 5 is lashes tech, massage therapist, scammer, and my last but not least job is, how can I word this? Because I was going to say one thing, but I needed warehouse worker. Because I was about to say Ford worker, but no, warehouse worker.
Warehouse.
Yeah. Those are my top 5 black jobs. Where
now, I'm gonna push back on that scammer. Because I feel like the biggest scammer is white folks.
Well, I only thought about it because I know Nigerians been scamming niggas for 400 motherfucking years. Nigerians always been a prince somewhere.
Nigerian is the face of scamming, which I'm not going to accept that because I did my ancestry and I am Nigerian. So
yeah, you a scammer. You a goddamn scammer. You are a princess. They can't get a hold of your money and you stuck in St. Louis.
Right. Right.
And you're gonna give a random person 30 fucking racks so they can transfer $1,300 to you.
Right.
The shit that people fail for.
I wanna bless you, but if you can help me. So but no, I think case in point is Firefest. So
Firefest was fucking crazy.
Right.
That was wild business right there.
That takes the cake for me. I rest my case.
That guy.
Massage therapist, I'm not gonna hold that one either because I feel like the Asian community kills the game there.
No, because that Asians, that's big business. We're talking about black jobs.
I don't know. I know. I mean,
we're talking about what every nigga went to Vateride for. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So they're gonna join this fleeting money community. This community is bleeding money.
Yeah.
We're talking about that.
Okay. So Trick says the massage therapists that give happy endings for an extra $20. Yeah.
Hey man, I see on my Twitter, it is so many therapists that go above and beyond the ways of fucking sexual assault. It doesn't make any sense. People that agree to this shit, these massages, I'd be like, and like the regular bitch that drive the bus is agreeing to this.
Oh, jeez.
You're like, yeah, I'm a licensed therapist. I'm gonna put my dick right here and put your thigh right. And be like, yeah, like I'm just getting the kinks out. That is so much sexual assault. I don't know what the fuck.
But is it assault?
For a fucking massage, my nigga.
But is it assault if that's what you signed up for?
I don't think you know what? I take that lie back because I do think they go in there to get.
Yeah, I think those type of massages, I think they know what they're in for.
They go in there to get filled the fuck up. Those women and those men, because there's men that do it too. Listen, dude, like, we get it. You are lonely. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? I'd be damned as
maybe
a
it
grown.
ain't about. Maybe it ain't about being lonely.
Or they just sexual deviants because, man, I seen some shit the other day on Twitter that was wild. Like, massage lady, like, hike this nigga's legs in the air. Like, so this nigga got a towel on with his legs in the air, and she hitting that shit with the elbow down to the taint. I'm like, nigga, what? I would never allow somebody to do some shit like that to me. You damn near putting your elbow in my booty hole. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
But we don't know what the consultation was like. We don't know if they was like, hey, I got a crook right here.
That's wild business. That's wild business right there. Like, that is nonsense business. I'm like, just imagine being a massage therapist and a motherfucker tell you, hey, yeah, I be getting a crick in my like right here, like it feel like it be feeling like it's stiff. I need you, like, as a massage therapist, I'll be like, ma'am, I ain't nothing I can do for you.
Right. Like, I am a reflexologist. I don't know nothing about that crook right there.
You need to go to a real doctor. Come on.
Right.
I couldn't imagine a woman be like knocking herself over like on all fours, like, and I need you to right here. Right. I need you right here. Like, nah. I pass. And get you a man. That's what you need.
Sometimes your man don't have the Midas touch. Sometimes your man don't have the Midas touch.
Okay, then listen, you need to start cheating because I'm a massage therapist. I'm supposed to make people feel comfortable at work. I'm not supposed to make you squirt on yourself. Like, I'm not supposed to, I'm not supposed to do that. And I'm only supposed to be in certain areas for a certain amount of time. Like, I'm not.
I just need
for the whole hour.
Focus to be right here. My back is fine. I just need your focus. The concentration.
You need a man, bitch, or you have multiple sclerosis. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Hell no. But yeah. So that's the black job. Yeah. That right there is most definitely a black job.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you this. And I love y'all to death, but y'all know. If you went to Concord, the majority of them niggas is massage therapists. Name me one X-ray tech that is black that you know that went to Concord.
Yeah. I got nothing.
But you can name me 10 niggas that have a degree. It's a degree in massage therapy.
That mug is accredited. It is on the wall. It has the seal.
Right next to your diploma. High school diploma, massage therapy.
Right. Next to the body oil.
The crazy part about it, that ain't even your real job.
The real job is at Foot Locker. Like,
you a shoe pusher, nigga. With a degree. And you do this on the side. And you hype the bitch up like that.
Right.
If that ain't the most blackest thing I've ever heard of in my life, that's the most blackest thing I've ever heard. And I'm super black.
Right. That's how he get his clients. He sell them shoes on the weekday, and at night he rub them up.
I know a nigga right now, and shouts out to that nigga for his phenomenal hustle. This nigga got a degree in massage therapy. A degree, and this nigga is a full-term barber. a barber.
I can see that going hand in hand, especially the way that these barbers are giving it up nowadays. I can see that being hand in hand. Cause these barbers, they doing like full service.
Yeah, this nigga this nigga doubled down on 2 Degrees.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. If this ain't the blackest thing I've ever, this nigga's a massage therapist, and I give your kid a lineup.
Right.
So
Right.
I will put your ass in my face. Why doing that? Wow.
Right.
I do this shit, and then I turn around and be like, "Hey, you know your son is growing a beard now." Yeah, that's a black job. So yeah, it's the same thing as the nigga that work at O'Reilly's, but really be putting your brakes on.
yeah, right. So you're gonna get these, right? And these come with a full warranty, but you're gonna have to take the brakes off to bring them back. And then I can go on ahead and get you taken care of. Right. Right. I can get you taken care of. I get off about 5 o'clock. You meet me at my house about 6. Go ahead and take care of you.
Pretty lady. I ain't even gonna do that, Miss Blondie. I'll pull up to you. I don't even where you at. As long as you ain't too far out. If you like too deep in Kansas, I can't go. But
right.
I when I get off, I got you. I got you, Goldilocks. You ain't even got to do nothing about it. Just give me $40.
Right. Just give me $40. I'll knock it out for you. But yeah. So Tohi's watching. Hey, she says, "Hey, Ish Talkers. What are y'all talking about?" So we are currently listing the top 5 black jobs. And so Trick Turner says that's a whole experience in barbershop. Yeah. Yeah. And then they got barbershops now, they got strippers.
Yeah, it's what see, as a man, if I was a boy getting my hair cut while my mama was getting a massage, I would never go to that motherfucking hair barbershop again.
No. No.
Got me fucked up.
No, the kid would have to be in a different room watching TV.
Like even if he went to my house, I would never do that. To see my mama laced out in a towel right before he shut the door would throw me the fuck out.
Right, like what the hell? And her hair is different, but not in a good way. Different,
right? And this ain't no regular massage.
Right.
This nigga hiked between her legs and got her shit spread eagle. Talking about yeah, that's sciatic nerve. We gotta get that out.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Right. I understand if you talking therapeutic shit, but why you ain't got no fucking pants on?
Right. The pants was confining me. I got to get all up in there. I ain't have my basketball shorts with me.
Why the fuck is your baby arm in between my mama? That's wild business. That's wild business right there.
Man.
He can't never cut my hair no more. Fuck that. When you sitting up, I can imagine me because like my hair was curly and weird, so I used to always get my hair cut in that nigga could never give me a Caesar ever in life.
No, not no more.
No, every time that nigga came over and he brought his clippers, I would just be like, nah, I'm with my friend. You ain't gonna get your hair cut until the next month. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
That'd be the first time I cussed my mom out.
Right.
I little like I don't give a fuck.
Right. It's a wrap at that point,
That nigga walked out the room sweating and drawers on, oiled the fuck up. And then turned around and slapped alcohol on the back of my neck. I never want to see this man again.
It's a wrap. It is such a wrap. Yeah, I think we're done here.
Just imagine a nigga coming out your mama room looking like Melvin and then splashing alcohol on his hand. And then doing your shit like this.
Right. Be trying to fight that dude.
I was about to say I couldn't wait till I got grown because I'm gonna shoot the shit out this nigga. I don't give a fuck how old he is. I'm be like,
Right.
you remember me? I'm Yvette's son. He be like, oh,
Okay.
that was a bow. Like,
Right. Right. Talking about you want
put
some
my
eggs.
you put my mama's love juice on my fucking head with alcohol, you bitch. Manage.
Right. Like, we got to shoot the fair one. That's the rule. That's the
Fuck a
rule.
fair, but that nigga's going to Forest Hill. I'm never gonna forget that.
Like, we're done. We're done.
I'm talking about, nigga.
Man.
Delete. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna hold so many. I'm gonna try to knock his eye socket out. Like I am never gonna forget that, man.
Bending all fingers back. You won't massage a near another.
My mama strode out looking crazy, and this nigga coming through. Like, yeah, I forgot to put the oil. Make sure you don't get no bumps. With oil wrapped around his body and draws on. The amount of hate I would harbor for this nigga.
Right. Oh, that is such a black ass job. Okay.
You welcome.
All right. So, yeah. You want to keep going?
Yo, we passed the 2-hour mark. Do you want to keep going or you want to wrap it up? Because we don't want to have y'all here all night.
Right. Yeah, we can okay. We'll talk about one more thing and then we can wrap it.
All right.
So which one? BET Awards or Chris Brown?
I feel like Chris Brown would have been way more entertaining.
Okay. I was leaning towards Chris Brown too. So Chris Brown is on tour currently and is not coming to Kansas City, which sucks. But nonetheless, he is doing his meet and greets for the second tour in a row, where he's charging like over $1,000. This one he's charging $1,111, which is coinciding with his latest album, 1111. And he has been going viral for the second tour in a row for his meet and greet pictures. And these are not just like shoulder to shoulder, we may touch shoulders pictures. These are prom pictures. These are I'm in love, this is my boo pictures. And a lot of people are finding these pictures to be wildly inappropriate because apparently a lot of these women have significant others, and these men that they are with are using this either as an excuse or as the straw to end the relationships. Excuse me. And then there are a handful of men that are, taking pictures with Chris Brown at the meet and greets as well. They're not, of course, yeah, they're not doing the inappropriate pictures, but they're getting a lot of criticism for the pictures because people think that that is not something that a man should do, is pay another man over $1,000 to take a meet and greet picture.
Which is it's fuck shit, by the way.
Me personally, I wouldn't pay over $1,000 to take a picture with anybody, and we all know how much I love Bone, but I'm not paying over $1,000 to take a picture with Bone. With that being said, it's not my money that they're spending. So if they want to take these pictures with these celebrities, if that's how they want to spend their money, by all means, spend your money. People spend money on what they want to spend their money on. Exactly. They may, I spend my money on travel. Even though I am a travel agent and I do get discounts. But I that's what I spend my money on. People may look at me like I ain't going out the motherfucking country. I ain't spending my money on no passport. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so
I spend my money on weed, liquor, and my son, so I get it.
Yeah. And some people may look at that and be like, I ain't spend my money on no damn weed. You're gonna burn it up anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I show the fuck him and gotta enjoy it.
Right. So I'm not judging nobody for spending their money how they want to. Just me personally, I wouldn't do it. However, I feel like that is some bullshit if these men are really breaking up with their significant others for taking these pictures with Chris Brown, because for one, it's a fucking picture. Who gives a shit? And they're not going home with Chris Brown. This is somebody that they probably have idolized since they were a youngin', and this is probably their first time. Some of them, it's been their second time meeting him. You know what I'm saying? So he's giving them what they want, and I feel like it's dope that he is taking these pictures with with his fans and whatnot. But I just feel like it just shows the insecurities of these men if this is what they're using to break up with their significant others. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some bullshit. And then for the men that are paying this money to go to the meet and greet and take pictures with Chris Brown, so the fuck what? Again, they have probably idolized Chris Brown for the past 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I know grown ass men that are straight, never question things outside of them being straight, that fucking love Chris Brown. Like that is top tier to them. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I don't find it weird or suggestive or anything like that to go to the meet and greet and meet the person that is like the bee's knees, the top tier for them. So it's like, how can you criticize somebody for that? Like that, I feel like it's whack to criticize somebody for doing it. I also feel like it's whack to use that as an excuse to break up with your significant other as well. So, what are your thoughts?
I'm in 100% agreements with you. I think you and the crowd may have had what I said misconstrued when I said it was fuck shit. When I say it's fuck shit for someone to hate that a motherfucker is living their best life. It's fuck. Yeah. That's why I said it's fuck shit. It's fuck shit for you to say, why is a man spending $1,000 to take a picture with Chris Brown? The reason why I say it's fuck shit, because you know what you niggas will do? You niggas will go to jail because y'all are trying to represent a nigga that don't pay you a goddamn thing at all. You would turn around and shoot a nigga because of a homeboy that don't even look out for y'all mama. And you'll go to jail for that for 100 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
But then you would turn around and get mad at a nigga that has $1,000 to take a picture with a celebrity, and you will be on some hating shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how y'all was gonna hate on me. With who I am now and where I am in life right now. You know what who I would have paid $1,000 for to take a picture with? Michael Jackson, Prince, Sam Cooke, Muhammad Ali, mm-hmm. Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Cream of the crop, Cisco. Like real shit. Like if Drew Hill come down here right now, and I know he ain't gonna charge $100, but if I wanted to take a picture with Cisco, I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
And fuck you. Like, you know what I'm saying? For the nigga to say I'm wrong for that, fuck you. You don't get to meet your celebrity like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what it is. I would, and speaking of you nigga terms, I would do the same thing if fucking Sebo was charging $1,000. If I wanted to take a picture with Sebo, I'm gonna take a picture with Sebo. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If Mac Dre was still alive and he wanted to take a picture for pictures was $1,000 and I went to a concert, yeah, I'm at the point in my life where I can pay that and not feel bad about it. My bills are still gonna be paid, nigga.
Yeah.
The fuck? Fat Tone. If Fat Tone would have been a nigga he wanted to be, and he from the town, If he said it costs $1,000, I don't know Fat Tone like that. But if I want to take a picture with Fat Tone, I'm gonna pay what he paid because I want to do it. It's a difference. Y'all niggas can't do what y'all want to do. That's why y'all hate on niggas that do what they want to do.
Right. I think it's dope that men are like, fuck what y'all talking about. I'm going to pay this money. I love Chris Brown. Chris Brown can do no wrong, and I want to meet him and take a picture. And that picture is gonna be with them for the rest of their life. That's gonna be one of the high points of their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dope as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, Chris Brown could have been one of them dudes that would have been like, all my meet and greets is women only. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that would have turned away a lot of his fans, because a lot of his fans are men. They fucking love him. You know what I'm saying? So,
you can't do it. I'm sorry. What were you about to say?
I was gonna say, Trick says, meanwhile, Michael Jackson had grown men fainting when he walked past them. Exactly.
I'm like, come on, man. Listen, that shit. I just again, it's people doing that because they can't do what they want to do.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers is doing what they want to do, and they have the means to do it. Even if they don't have the means to do it, they doing what they want to do. You know what? We know niggas like that. We know niggas that don't have it and they still do what they want to do. So why you mad, my nigga? Mm-hmm. Why the fuck are you mad? And then when it comes to these men saying, oh, this was the end all be all because you took a picture with Chris Brown, you been knowing that your bitch wanted to fuck Chris Brown, man. Why you so insecure? Like, what know what I'm saying? Like, unless you don't know, and if you don't know your bitch, that ain't your bitch. It's just what it is. Listen, I know my woman. And I know what my woman like. Listen, tell y'all something. I'm just letting America know this. My woman had a super big ass crush on Jake Gyllenhaal when she was a kid. Thought this man was fine. I know this about my woman. So you know what I know? If we ever ran into Jake Gyllenhaal, you know who would fall out and become fucking putty? It's my girl. Who am I to be like, oh, no, that's it. Bitch, I got to quit you.
Yeah.
I already knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
I knew it. I'm the
and
one
that's the killer part about
it. For her to take the fucking picture.
And that's the killer part about all that, because it's like they didn't break up when she heard that Chris Brown was coming to town. They didn't break up when she bought the tickets to go see Chris Brown. They didn't break up when she was considering the meet and greet. They didn't break up when she was getting her outfit together for the meet and greet. They didn't break up when she was on her way to the meet and greet. They didn't break up while she was at the meet and greet. They broke up once he saw the picture of the meet and greet. What the fuck do you think was going on?
9 times out of 10, your dumb ass paid for the picture. So I ain't even gonna call you a dumbass. You methodical. You paid to break up.
Yeah.
You're methodical. You are creme de la creme, top shelf of fuck boy USA, because you literally planted evidence on why I shouldn't be with you.
Right.
You planted the evidence. You paid for it.
Right. And then you put this shit on the internet like you're supposed to gain sympathy, and like you are just this person that was just done so wrong. And then you got all these insecure fuck niggas that's like on your side. And that's all it is just a bunch of insecure fuck niggas. Like, why are y'all tripping off of this man? First off, let's just keep it 1,000. Majority of them women that are taking that picture with Chris Brown, that ain't even his type. We all know what the fuck his type is.
Yeah, that ain't
they're not his type. Right. 2, I feel like, now I don't know from personal experience because I've never met him, but I feel like he's so professional that he wouldn't even cross that line in that setting with any of those people. Now, I could be wrong, but I have not heard not one thing yet. So I feel like my theory is correct.
I mean, your theory could be correct, but then we really do, and I'm not downplaying Chris Brown on this, But I look at the psyche of Chris Brown. Chris Brown could be super professional. At the same time, Chris Brown is super professional. I can guarantee that it had to be the women telling Chris Brown what they wanted him to do.
Oh yeah,
because
yeah, 100%.
When Chris Brown puts his hands on women, it either is because he wants to, or she done said something to him. Rather it be disrespectful or respectful. This is the only way this nigga is putting his hands on women.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, 100%.
And like I said, there's no downplay to him, but just what I've seen, the only way he put his hands on women is if they tell him something, either respectful or disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm with you on that 100%. And I do feel like, again, I don't know, because I ain't did no deep dive into what goes on at the meet and greet, but I feel like the women are the ones that are spearheading the creative direction of these photos. So because it's a variety of poses that we have seen. And not one person has come out with Gloria Allred or Lisa Bloom and been like, I've been sexually assaulted at a meet and greet by Chris Brown. Like, nobody has ever said that. So
they paying $1,000 for him to touch their ass or jump on their back or do whatever. Like, they're paying that, and he is doing what they paid for. At the same time, it's so methodical as a fuckboy because you are paying for them to do that. You already knew what your woman was gonna do. You think it's if I know my woman likes Chris Brown, and I know we have a means of if she wanted to do a meet and greet, we can do it. The meet and greet, you know, just in this realm, in this multiverse, and I know she can do that. Either she can pay for it or I can pay for it, whatever. But I know she's going to the concert.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I be mad at the picture that comes out? Like, even if she goes over the top, like, you know, boom, ass out, all this your picture. I'm not gonna display that. I'm not gonna put it out there because at the end of the day, when all of these women, when it was all said and done, after these pictures, they went back to their regular ass lives. Why would I try to expose something that might hinder their regular ass life?
Right.
Now it'll be a big ass difference if I'm famous, you famous, we get into it. I got a problem with Chris Brown, and then you take an ass shot photo with it. That's a whole nother ordeal. I'm a regular ass nigga. She a regular ass woman. This is her moment. Boom, bow. She showed me the picture. Yeah, of course, as a man, you're gonna be like, damn, that's wild as a motherfucker. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna break up with you because of that.
Right. It's you know, it's Chris Brown at the end of the day. Like, if it was a meet and greet to see Megan Thee Stallion, which Megan Thee Stallion has done meet and greets where she's charged $1,000 for, she just ain't took pictures like that. But if she were out here taking pictures like that with men, and there was men that absolutely love her dirty draws and paid that $1,000 to go see her, and they all could, like, you know, put their face next to her ass and take a picture or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure.
You know that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like that same fuck nigga would be mad if he did that with Megan Thee Stallion and he was like this right in front of her pussy. He was like,
right.
And like, if she was like, that's it, nigga, that's the final straw. He'll be like,
right. But I feel like there are more women that would be okay with that than there are men that are not okay with the Chris Brown shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I get it. And you know, I will say this. Sometimes it doesn't have everything to do with insecurity. A lot of times it has a lot to do with what we label how we supposed to control our woman. You know, a lot of niggas don't be insecure, but at the same time, a lot of niggas think they supposed to control a woman a certain way, and if she doesn't go by that, then she has to go. We really got to understand, as especially as Black men, our women are not supposed to be controlled. They supposed to be our helpmate. It's a big difference between a slave and a helpmate.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of us get that shit confused. She is your helpmate. Being your helpmate means she helps you in every means possible. At the same time, it doesn't mean that she doesn't have a life. And I'm not telling when I say this, I'm not saying, yeah, your woman's supposed to have her ass cocked in every fucking picture. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, you shouldn't be mad at your woman for having a good time.
Right. Right. I just find that to be ridiculous.
She's not going home to fuck Chris Brown. And if she was going home to fuck Chris Brown, you knew that already. You knew that already. You knew if she go see this nigga, she gonna suck his dick. You knew that already. So if you knew that already, why did you even go through the rigmarole trying to expose her?
Yeah.
You should have just cut your ties. Because you know what you look like? I'm going to keep it real. All these niggas that I see that's doing this, I look at like, oh, you a simp ass nigga. Because niggas don't expose bitches. I'm going to just keep it real. Every guy that I know, I've never heard any backlash about their baby mama. Ain't nobody ever sit and tried to expose a woman that they used to fuck with. It was just, oh, nah, she cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever. Even when I done heard some stories like, damn, I heard that bitch got the package. Didn't you used to fuck with the bitch? Oh man, shit, she was cool when I was fucking with her, and that's it. I ain't heard no because the niggas that I'm the people that I'm exposed to, I'm glad to say, are actually men, because they don't do that type of they don't do that gossiping type shit.
So what about the men that do gossip?
I don't really know those niggas. I know a couple of those niggas, and I don't fuck with those niggas like that. I don't hang out with those niggas like that. It is people that I know that I grew up with. When they get to being like, hey man, you know such and such, I'll be like, man, nah, I don't want to talk about that if that person ain't here.
Yeah. So you don't entertain it at all.
Yeah, I don't entertain that shit. You know what I'm saying? My girl will tell you, Jasmine told me that a couple of times, she was like, I love the fact that you be knowing shit, but that shit don't mean nothing to you. You don't come home talking about, because that ain't my business.
So you don't pillow talk.
She be like, damn, I'll tell her some shit that happened at the job, and then I'll have to tell her the timeline of it. She like, when did you tell me that? I didn't know nothing about that. I'm like, because I don't be talking about that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't pillow talk. Is basically
fuck no. Yeah. That ain't, know what I'm saying? That ain't me. Nigga, that shit, I grew up in an era that shit'll get you legit killed. Mm-hmm. Like, and I'm not even exaggerating on that. I grew up in an era when I started fucking bitches, pillow talking get you killed. Because you don't know who that bitch know, because these bitches fuck everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get that. I can get that.
So I don't do that. It was, for a long time, bitches didn't even know when I was out here like that, bitches didn't even know what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I used to lie to motherfuckers. It's a bitch to this day think I used to work for the post office. She still be like, damn, man, you should go back. They got hella benefits. And I'd be like, man, bitch, I never was there.
Right. I have to be there to go back. Like,
I used to literally have her drop me off, and then I would walk 2 blocks up the street and grab my own car.
Oh, wow. You were definitely committed to the lie.
Yeah. I didn't. The reason why I didn't fuck with her like that, because she was living with a nigga. So I wasn't playing those games with this nigga following me. You know what I'm saying? And then off the fact that I wasn't going to tell her everything. What if she was setting me up?
Yeah, that too. But you can't pillow talk with everybody. I think that's where the game get fucked up, because these niggas out here be just running their mouth to every chick that they fuck with. Like, it'd be one thing if like you're in a relationship and you tell the person that you're with X, Y, and Z. But if you just smashing somebody and you get to telling them X, Y, and Z, yeah, that's that's where niggas get it fucked up at. That's how niggas get killed. Trick says that's a good t-shirt. These bitches fuck everybody.
Yeah. I'm not one of those. I grew up in an era where and that's not downplaying all the pretty women that I grew up with, because it's a lot of pretty women that were not of this caliber. But I did grow up in the mentality, especially living in this city, where all the pretty girls was hoes. And so in my mentality, even when I was fucking with what I thought was quote unquote a bad bitch, I was always leery. Like I was always leery about that shit. Just because of certain shit. I've seen niggas get set up by bitches. You know, that was the thing. Like it was. If y'all don't know about my city is treacherous as a motherfucker. And at one point, since the 70s, bitches has been setting niggas up around here. My mother has a one of her dearest people. He used to be at the nursing home that I used to work at. And when she seen him there, she bust out in tears because she remembered what happened to him. He got set up. He went home with 2 women thinking he was gonna have a great night. They put Visine in his fucking drink, got him fucking dizzy, and didn't know that shit was gonna have a weird effect. This nigga had an aneurysm right then and there, and to this day can't move the left side of his fucking body.
Damn.
So I was working with him in a nursing home. When my mama seen him, she bust out in tears because she remembered what happened to him and she hated that shit.
Right.
So
right.
Pretty bitches been setting niggas up for years around here. So I always been leery when I thought I was quote unquote fucking with a bad bitch. I had to really do research on women before I started fucking with them. Hence, that's why I was fucking with old girl Lindsay, because I actually went through the resume of that shit because I was leery. And she'll tell you I was leery. Like that nigga wouldn't let nobody at the house. That nigga would be that kind. You wouldn't even know he was here. That nigga would park his fucking car up the street and be at home.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You see my car. She used to see my car up the street when I go to her house, and she'll be like, "What did you think I wouldn't hear? You didn't think I think you was here or something?" I was like, "Nah, I just where I park. Like, this is where I park." She started looking out for shit like, "You didn't notice that car following you?" I'm like, "Bitch, that car wouldn't follow me."
Right. Like that car is a different plate. But Trick says, then they moved to Texas or Georgia after being hoes, trying to reset the cat facts. Wow.
Some of them do. I've mentioned that before on this podcast. Men and women do that, man. Hey, nigga, you cannot turn the whole back in time. You can't do that. Just because you go out of town, you are not a born again virgin.
If I can turn back time.
Yeah, you can stop that because everybody does that. So you're bound to run into a nigga that either you didn't fuck or he know you didn't fuck somebody.
But it doesn't turn back time. One can make the argument about it getting deleted, but
it don't get deleted.
It gets to the point where it's like, who gives a fuck? Like,
who cares?
Yeah. That's how I look at it. Like, who gives a fuck?
I get it. I understand that. I always just say for them niggas that think they're gonna start a new life, you're gonna be the same person. You're just gonna be in another state.
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying. I always tell people like, stop acting like that. Like, unless you are really in a foundation of discipline, and I really wanted to, unless you're in a foundation of discipline, you are still gonna be the same person that you was in that other state. The same way you're in Missouri, you're going to be in Texas if you don't discipline yourself not to be. The same way if you come to Texas and move to Arizona, you're going to still be the same way if you don't discipline yourself to be another way. That's just the whole thing in a nutshell. You can do all that still in the same place, but you have to have the fortuity to understand that. A lot of people don't. They just think that they can erase their past life. You can't.
No, you can't. You can't. And then you're going to get the same results.
Yeah.
So
all these Texas niggas ain't shit. No. It ain't got nothing to do with the Texas niggas. Look and see what's wrong with you. Same way with these niggas. These bitches ain't shit. Everywhere I go, these bitches ain't shit. Are you sure?
Right.
Are you sure? I know a homeboy right now, man. I ain't gonna expose him, but I've talked about him before on the podcast. Type of nigga that moved out of state thinking he was gonna get bitches, and the nigga still lonely, and he still talks about how he can't find the one for him. You need to figure out you.
Right, bitches still ain't shit.
Yeah, you need to figure out you. If you are repellent to bitches, you need to figure it out.
Yeah, like there's a bigger problem here. It ain't the bitches.
Ain't the bitches. You went out of town, also. I'm gonna get me an out of town girl that understands me, and blah 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 blah. And you still lonely.
Yeah.
You still posting pictures. This is the shit that I be thinking weird with niggas. You still posting pictures by yourself with your feet in the sand, like, "Ooh, I wish this was a pair." Nigga, you got a pair. You bastard. What are we talking about? You got 2 feet, nigga.
Right. Like, what are we talking about at this point? Because
Niggas,
that is a pair.
Wild business out here. They wild. I'm like,
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't.
Ooh, I wish this was a pair. Nigga, I would. I'd throw your phone in the ocean, nigga. What the fuck are we talking about?
Right. Like, that doesn't make sense at all. Not in the least. But yeah. So that's Chris Brown. So shout out to Chris Brown.
Shout out to Breezy.
Drake says he should have just went to therapy. Sounds cheaper. Agreed.
Yeah,
but
you can't tell none of these wild niggas shit.
you sure can't tell him to go to therapy.
Can't tell none of these wild niggas shit, man. These niggas ain't going to therapy.
At all.
Fuck nah, they ain't trying to figure it out. And I'll say that represent because I don't think I'm a wild nigga, and I'm still scared to go to therapy. Like, I've gone to therapists, and sometimes they've opened up stuff because I don't like to be emotional. Sometimes they open up stuff to make me turn around and shut down. You know what I'm saying? So if I know I've done it, and I think I'm pretty open minded, and if I know if I'd done this and the shit was free for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know niggas ain't paying for that.
Right. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Niggas ain't paying for that. I'm gonna just keep it a bill.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't have a final thought. So, Jerry's final thought, take it away.
Jerry's final thoughts. Ooh, I posted something the other day that was near and dear to my heart, and it was this man who was talking about Miss Hot Tua.
Spit on that thing.
Now, I really want to make a t-shirt that says that. I've been thinking about this in my head. I might pull the trigger. But I've been saying this to a couple of people for a long time. I don't understand how she is getting booked and getting money because she said something. But we have yet to see her perform this act. I keep saying this to people, and people look at me like I'm weird. They like, man, you weird, like I'm pervy. But I'm like, nah, like, why are we fucking pay attention to this woman and we ain't seen her suck not one dick? We just heard her say shit. That's the equivalent of the nigga that when everybody was in the room chilling with a bunch of girls, and the nigga turned around and was like, hey, nigga, remember when I shot 3 people? Like, we ain't seen this shit.
Like, remember
money off of it. And it's no downplay to you. America is so great that you can do this and financially set yourself up. So America is so great for that. At the same time, America is fucking flawed because we don't see fucking proof. We don't need to see fucking proof of shit. We got this woman saying, hot tuba, spit on that thing. You know what we haven't seen her do? What you do after you fucking spit on that thing. Because that's just layer one. It's like 5 tiers to sucking dick.
It's levels to
layer
this
one. You ain't even at the you ain't even told people like, hey, you do enough spit. All you got to do is stay on the head and whop that thing. No, you ain't even talk nobody shit. But we are paying you $65,000 to show up somewhere and not spit on shit. You don't even spit in the glass they give you. But this is what we do in America.
Oh, wow.
Like, listen, it might sound like I'm hating on her, but at the same time, like I said, this is why America is great. It's because somebody can have financial gain from saying something. But this is again why America is flawed, because we see no proof. The only way I can remotely see her doing what she's doing right now is if she fucking spits on that thing. And she's grown, so I can say it ain't like she's a kid. This is a grown woman.
Yeah, she's grown.
Listen, either you're going to be a Trump out here that just says a bunch of lies, or you are going to actually be. I'm not talking about Biden, so this ain't got nothing to do with presidentials. You just gonna be a Trump that just sell a brand, or you gonna be Superhead.
Speaking of Superhead, Corinne Stephens should be the face of Hot Tub, says Trick.
Exactly. I've seen this bitch spit on the dick multiple times. It's like, you know how niggas used to gleat? Seen her do that on the dick. Like, yeah, I seen that bitch spit and suck the spit back up and spit again. That's why she was known as Superhead. Hawk Tua. I ain't seen her do nothing but talk about she quit her job.
I heard that she was in talks of getting a reality show.
She better suck some dick on that fucking reality show.
I don't think she's in talks with Pornhub for the reality show.
I'm getting so upset. And when I say this, I don't want nobody to be disrespected. Excuse me, but I get so upset because this is every bit of America where you can be famous off of anything. This is also every bit of privilege.
That too. And it's the times as well, because I remember when doing that, well, not necessarily doing it, but publicly announcing that you do that was taboo. Like we did not discuss that.
And that's what I'm saying. And we got famous black hoes. That's the thing. I'm sorry. It is the truth. We got famous black hoes. Black China don't even get the respect if she would have said hop to or spit on that thing. That shit don't go viral.
No. Trick says coming to Zeus Network after dark.
I hope so. Come on, we got Superhead, the best head specialist known to black men since 1997.
She had Mr. Marcus tapping out.
She didn't hop to it plenty of times, and it wouldn't have never went viral. and you know her for doing this.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why.
Because she's known for sucking dick. So this
Yeah.
unknown lady, they just like, oh yeah.
Well, no, I'm not saying it to the point of the hot tour girl. I'm saying it to the point of the Korean. Maybe that's the reason why she would not go viral. Maybe that's the reason why when she did cross over to porn, it wasn't that big of a deal because that's what we know her for. Like, it's par for the course. Now, if she were to have came out and said, I am celibate, I'm about to become a nun, maybe that would have went viral. But her doing what she's known to do, okay, that's not breaking news.
I would rather pay Corinne Steffens $65,000 for her to show up at my event, and because I've seen it before, and in my mind I would be like, hopefully she sucks some dick tonight. I ain't saying it. I'm just saying, hopefully she sucks some dick tonight because I seen her do it.
Maybe 20 years ago, I wouldn't pay her $65,000 for nothing.
I'm saying, yeah, because I'm saying that she was relevant to this time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, you know, Superhead is, and now she's
a retired superhead.
Yeah, she's super retired. She's super. That ain't me no more.
It ain't super no more.
And so I'm giving you regular head, and it's probably every month.
Right. Like,
but what I'm saying is, if she was relevant to this time, she wouldn't have did that. And it's visual. You know she does it. That's the thing. Case in point, one of the chicks on the Zeus Network, because Trick Turner said that. She was known for giving the dopest sloppy toppy. And she talked about it all the time, and nothing went viral.
Who was that?
A light-skinned chick, I forgot her name, but she was on one of those reality shows at Zeus because she was really trying to change up because everybody known her for being dummy on the dick.
I don't know. Trick says Pinky will for $5,000.
Yeah, but see, Pinky, you know, she did it to herself. She didn't remain the superstar porn actress that people wanted to see. She turned herself into a fetish instead of turning herself into just a beautiful woman that you like to get railed.
Yeah, like she was already like one cheeseburger away, and she ate 20 of them motherfuckers.
Well, I won't give her that because I remember when she first started. Yes, people, I don't give a fuck how y'all look at me again. Argue with your mama. I was watching porn young, so I remember Pinky at her pinnacle when she first started. Oh, Pinky was all of the baddest little chicks you've seen in the neighborhood that was thick and didn't have a belly, and you was like, oh, she bad as a motherfucker. Like she always had a nice shaped ass. I'm talking about, but small because she was little, and 8-cup titties. She was bad like that. And then slowly but surely she started picking up weight. By the time she got famous, she started picking up that weight, and then she became a fetish.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember when she first started, she was the it girl. That's why she got famous so fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know shit about her until old boy used to bring her to the town.
Yeah. By the time money was bringing her to the town, she was already famous.
Yeah. And I'm like,
yeah, she was beyond. She was making movies at that point. She wasn't just starring in movies or becoming a fetish. She was actually making movies. She started her own .com at that time. Yeah.
Right. And I was oblivious. I didn't know who the fuck this lady was or anything. So that wasn't my ministry.
It was mine, but at the same time, when she started coming to the town, I was like, damn, she didn't fell off. For me, I know what I'm saying, she fell off.
She fell off for a lot of people. Trick says your wife is staring at you talking.
No, she ain't. Listen, one thing about my relationship that I love is me and her are completely truthful on shit like that. That's how I know her crush was Jake Gyllenhaal. Like, she fucking know me. Like, she knew I ain't gonna do disrespectful shit.
I have a question. As a adult film connoisseur, how was you consuming prior to the internet?
How was I consuming porn?
Yeah.
Videos and DVDs, baby. They got so many. Listen.
So you would like really go into Seven Heaven and be like, give me all of those?
I'm not. See, this is different. See, this is the thing. Okay. And maybe this is just me. This is my wheelhouse of Kansas City. We have so many places of debauchery that I've been going through since I was 18. Now, after COVID, a lot of that is not so much. And then that's where, you know, the phone is in use or the TV is in use. But at one point before COVID and years behind that, because I remember the first time I ever been to a place that had like porn and things of that nature, it was at Seventh Heaven, and it was downstairs. And then when they found out I was underage, they made me go back upstairs. That was when I was like 15 years old.
How did they find out?
How they found out is it was one dude that looked at me and asked me for my ID. And of course, I don't have no fucking ID. I'm 15.
Like, I left it in my Bentley outside.
Before it was necessary for you to need an ID, I didn't have one.
Right. So Trick says DVDs from Seven Heaven.
Yeah, see, I didn't get to do that. So I got kicked out. But then I started paying attention to certain shit because I was intrigued. So it was like certain liquor stores that had like porn DVDs in the back, and then they had porn magazines. And then I started finding out that it was spots. Like, it's a spot right down Truce where it's not there no more. It was just a blue building that didn't have no advertising on it. But it was, you always see like 3-4 cars there. That place was a porn mega house.
You talking about Strand Theater?
It was everything that you needed. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a big ass sign that says Strand Theater. But
what I'm saying is you wasn't advertising shit on it. It was just a blue fucking thing. Like, you would have to know what Strand Theater was. Like, unless you knew what it was.
Somebody had to tell me.
Yeah, you had to drive past it.
Yeah, somebody had to tell me, because like I mean, I would see it often. Because I would be up and down Truth.
Yeah.
But I never knew what it was. And yeah, somebody had to.
It was
had to let me know.
It was a spot in Olathe.
Yeah, it was a spot in Olathe.
It was a dope ass spot in Olathe. Like, and then, you know, Priscilla's and all that, but I wasn't fucking with that. I was fucking with the debauchery. I was looking at the buildings. So if the buildings look like it wasn't nothing in there, it's probably porn.
Yeah. Or you got to raise 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, it was that spot in Knobtown.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a spot. It was a spot in Lee Summit.
So it was like in the know. They probably promoted in the pitch.
Probably. Like, I was just finding out certain places in Illinois with porn. And then I was more fascinated of finding more places with black porn. And you'd be surprised. Like, this whole interracial and BBC type of shit, I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all think this brand new for y'all to just is getting into porn, this shit been going on way before I was even born. I went into spots where it was strictly dedicated to interracial fucking porn. I was like, God damn. Even white dudes like to see women get plowed by big black dicks. That is wicked to me. That is wicked.
It's wicked, man.
It's wicked business. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, I don't see no, unless it was like, because it was like some production companies that was making money. So they would have like posters like it was a real movie. But other than that, you go down the aisles of this shit, it was just strictly interracial shit.
Yeah, because that in a way is a fetish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna marry him, but you'll want to fuck him.
Like I said, and my plight of that, I always tell people, like, man, sometimes I don't even fault black dudes for fucking with white women, because if they were any type of connoisseur of porn like me, especially when you was young, that was probably the first one you nutted off to. So you gotta know what I'm saying. So you have an affirmation for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, I don't be faulting niggas for that. I fault niggas when they talk about the reason why they fuck with white bitch. Like, they try to downplay a black woman. That's when I be like, yeah, you on some fuck shit. But if you just, hey, that's just your thing. That's your niche. That's your niche.
Yeah, I think
I
think that's the biggest misconception with why people may have a disdain for interracial relationships, because it's not necessarily about somebody being in an interracial relationship, at least not now in today's world. Because I mean, you still do have the people that are just like, fuck that shit, right? But it's not necessarily the relationship that people have a disdain for. It's more or less the reasoning that you give.
Yeah.
If it's like, hey, I fell in love with this person, you know, I wasn't necessarily tripping on the color, that wasn't a deal breaker for me. Cool, you know.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah, but it's I can't stand black women because they do this, that, and the third. And when I go over here to the white women, they are 1, 2, and 3. And it's like, you don't have to downplay black women to big up a white woman. You like who you like.
You like who you like. I've always, because I've talked to Jasmine about this. So, and it always baffled me with the guys that I know that have been with white women. And when they hear that I've never been with a white woman, the first thing they say is, all of them, I'm talking about, it's in unison. It's almost like you have been taught this. All those black men be like, what? You ain't never been with a white woman? They make you feel like, and then they name certain shit. And I'm just like, damn, you ain't never felt that way towards anybody else? And if you never felt that way with anybody else, why are you not with a white woman right now? Like, I don't understand that. Even with the ones that are with white women, I look at them and I be like, damn, did you, like, almost in the phrase of like what women say to niggas, like, who hurt you? Like, what happened in life? What black woman destroyed your psyche so bad that you have to put a disdain on who they are? Because I'm in 100% agreement when black women, when they don't get disrespectful to black men about this, but they be like, you have so much disdain for black women. Do you love your mother?
Yeah, I feel like it speaks to the male fragility. You know what I'm saying? Because you hear a lot of them say like, oh, well, when I was younger, when I was in school or whatever, I tried to talk to a black woman and she played me because I like anime or Japanimation or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't like me.
Time out, pause. Before you get any further, we're not gonna disrespect anime like that. Don't.
No, I'm not disrespecting it.
But
I'm saying these are Japanese, some of the reasons. No, because back in the day when we was in school, they called it Japanimation. That's why I said that. But
I never called. Well, I'm an anime fan. I never called it Japanimation. So that's why I was like, we're not gonna disrespect it.
No,
I've
that's
always loved anime.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that like those will be the excuses they would give. They would be like, "Oh, I was a nerd, and the black girls didn't like me because I didn't dress like this, I didn't do that, or whatever." You know what I'm saying? And so they may have been rejected once or twice by a black woman, and they said, "Fuck black bitches." You know what I'm saying?
And they might have. And to those dudes who do that, I always say this, and this is just my opinion, because you could be a badass motherfucker right now, but in my opinion, you did that because you couldn't find a similarity to those women, because as a kid, I understand. I know what it is to be a teenager, so I get it. You just didn't understand the similarities, and so you went somewhere else where people will just understand your likes. They don't understand your dark times. They don't understand your plight. They just know your likes, and you're so caught up in that, which is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because at the end of the day, you still have the plight. Your children still, and unless they're white passing, they'll still always have their plight. So you're out, and then you become in a conundrum of, I don't even know my culture no more because of you was rejected by a woman. Like that's a bigger issue. Like that,
right? Like you're just willing to just to throw it all away.
Yeah,
because you got rejected one time by one black woman.
Yeah, all of a sudden you not even keen to what black is like, because you have those type of men, and you know what I'm saying. And I know you got those type of women too, but me as a man, I'm only speak to the man. You have those type of men that one rejection to make them just typecast everybody, and then I'm always pose this question again: when you do that, do you love your mother? Mm-hmm. I'm one of those individuals that my mother means a lot to me. I love my mother to death, and my mother used to tell me certain things because she didn't never want, and I can keep it a bean with y'all. She never wanted me to be with anyone like her. She thought she downplayed herself. Mm-hmm. And I used to have to tell her how to big up herself, and I can call my mother right now, and she'll tell you I always did that because I'm so glad I grew up in my the community that I grew up with, where they always wanted to uphold black men and women, where I was stuck on that. When my mother was stuck on religion, I was stuck on always building us up. So every time I heard her downplay herself, I bigged my mother up. Mm-hmm. You know, it was so I don't understand these type of individuals that are downplayed black women so bad, because I do ask that question, like, how much did you love your mother? Because if you loved your mother like I love my mother, I am never going to disrespect what a black woman is. At the same time, I'll call a spade, a bitch, and a hoe. But that ain't everybody.
Yeah.
But that ain't everybody. And so and I would never typecast all black women to be a certain way.
Right. But a lot of these men that do date outside of their race and downplay their own race as the cause of why they do that, that's what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trick says, I've never played in the snow either, my brother.
Respect.
So, yeah.
And I mean, that's one of those things where, you know, I ain't downplaying nobody to do it. I 100%. I just never was that. You know, that never crossed my mind to do. I've had situations where I thought, you know, white women were sexually attractive. But it faded. Like, you know what I'm saying? In time, it just faded. Now, at the same time, I will acknowledge a beautiful white woman. Like, I'm not one of those. I'm not a callous, Pan-African, pro-black, whatever you want to call it, and not to call them callous. but I'm not one of those people that hold a grudge to the point where I can't say a white woman don't look good. But at the same time, she ain't good for me. She look good for whoever she want to fuck. It just ain't me.
Yeah. Yeah. Peace and Pan-Africanism. Yeah.
Pan-Africanism. It just, you know what I'm saying? It just ain't me. It's just like, I don't, as much as I was slanging dick out here and being reckless, I was gatekeeping my seat.
Yeah. So you gatekeep when it's necessary.
Yeah, because I gatekeep my seat. Like it wasn't none of that extra. And I was reckless. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you know, niggas wasn't doing crazy things, but all my baby mamas would have had color in them.
Mm.
Like
Gotcha.
if it was one of them things like, yeah, that nigga got 3 baby mamas, all of them would have had color in them.
Yeah. You would have definitely shown that you had a type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't,
Gotcha.
wouldn't have never been none of that. They'd have been like, damn, he got a light-skinned baby mama. He got a baby mama that's half fucking Filipino, and all of them got black in them. Nigga. Right. I'm saying all of them black, nigga. I never rode the Snub Bunny Express.
I'm gonna ask a white person, is that offensive to be called a snow bunny? Because I don't look at it as being offensive, but I'm not who they would call a snow bunny either. So
I happen to know a white woman that proudly says she's a snow bunny.
Okay.
She proudly said, because all her kids is from black dudes. So she proudly says I'm a snow bunny. She's a thick white lady, and she really is a thick white lady.
Yeah. There's a couple of them around here. I remember when Steve Harvey was on the radio here, he came to UMKC when I was still a student there. And so me and my sister went. And that's one thing that he did notice. There was a lot of thick white women there.
Yeah,
like all the white women that came, because I mean it wasn't that many white women that would come to see Steve Harvey, but out of the ones that were there, they all were thick. It was weird.
Yeah, you know what? I ain't even gonna lie. I'll keep it a total beam with everybody. You have to hold on. What did Trey say?
He said, if they say yes, say okay, Reg, pack it.
Nah, I'm cool. I just don't find, you know, again, I don't deny that it is some nice looking white women. I just sexually, I'm not attracted to them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just, it is what it is. Like, you know, it's not there. But what I was saying is I'm going to keep it a total beam with everybody that is listening to us. If you're from this area, or if you're in any part of Missouri, you understand this. A lot of white women that come from these small towns, or these small little suburbs outside of big suburbs like the Oak Groves, the Grain Valleys, all this. The majority of them, they get more country than they do city. So a lot of them is country fed. So they'll come to the city on some, I work out, I do this, all that, on top of being country fed. These motherfuckers come in thick as a bitch. Like, I ain't bullshit. I ain't bullshit. There's some white women I've been like, God damn. Like, where the fuck are you from? And they'll tell you some crazy shit like, yeah, I grew up in Mexico City. Like, they grew up eating country corn, pigs, all that, but they just worked out. So all that chubby shit, they worked that by the time they came out here. Nah, you got some that are still overweight, but the majority of them, not like you said, they about a cheeseburger away from being overweight. But right now, these motherfuckers look crazy demented. Like, God, they bodies be on demon time for real.
Yeah.
You be like, what the fuck? Who do you know? And they don't know shit. They just there. They literally just there.
Right. Right.
Just
Probably
stick this
loving all the
motherfucker.
attention.
Wanted
they
to
probably
move to
got
the
all
city
kinds
and they
of
moved
negative
downtown.
Right. They probably got all the negative attention growing up and shit, so they probably loving the attention now.
Yeah, they
But-
come down here and be flourished, and they like, damn, they was calling me fat. Know what I'm saying? And fucking Humansville, Missouri, because everybody else is fucking 115 pounds.
Mhm.
I'm 130 and 5'3". I look amazing.
Right.
Like, I look amazing in the city. Like the city looks at
Right.
me like, God damn. And you be doing sit-ups, bitch. Like,
Right.
they lose their fucking mind.
Right. But yeah, this is the first time we've had a final thought that turned into a whole discussion. But yeah. That's what happens. So
it is what it is, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, as always, take care of yourself and others.
Yes, so this is episode 126 of the Ish We Talk, and we will see you guys for episode 127. Bye.
Exactly.